show us this anywhere different. How different?
Impactful, cutting edge.
Let's take this form, this very American tradition of entertainment into the 21st century, the new millennium.
Okay, no. What's the name of the show?
The Wendy Williams Experience.
To bring you our feature presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, what your ears are about to witness, the greatest queen of all time. Okay, party people in the house.
Turn it up, yo. Turn it up. This is it. Allow me to reintroduce this
Queen.
From west to east.
Just better get it right.
Y'all know the name.
Wendy Williams. Been in this game for a while.
I hate to brag, but
Ain't nobody
it is phenomenal.
Like the queen.
Right here.
who the world is this? With so much drama.
From yo block to yo block, I heard of the number one female. Been doing this for years.
Every barbershop, beauty salon.
Who the world is this? With so much
Again and again.
Wendy Williams.
Bringing your name up. A lot of you haters scared to death.
She at it again.
Wendy Williams.
She in it to win.
Wendy Williams.
She back and she staying.
Wendy Williams.
The ain't playing. I like to present you the winner of the Gangsters of the Year award.
Once again.
Introducing the queen.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. And a good one we have planned, mostly because it's Friday. Eric Benet is coming by the show. This will be his second visit to the Wendy Williams Experience. We'll touch on the past, but mostly we'll try to move forward. All right, we'll just see how it works out. He'll be here during the Hour of Truth. And, of course, we'll talk about the celebrities. We'll do Advice Hour. Guess what? During Advice Hour... Remember, we've been talking for the past couple of days, and I did a people poll question about romance at work. Can you imagine living with your boss? I got a letter from this woman, and it's a very unusual circumstance. Make sure that you're here for Advice Hour. I'm going to share that with you. Plus, you guys, if you'd like, you can share, the problems and snafus going on in your life. You can email me, Wendy at thewendywilliamsexperience.com, or call me next hour for Advice Hour, or fax me now at 866-GET-WENDY, and I'll save it for next hour. You know I'm not an expert, but I have an opinion, so let me know what's going on in your life. Also, with the celebrities, we're going to talk about Terrence Howard, Fantasia, the Clintons, Rolanda Watts, Kanye West, Jamie Foxx, and their argument, Obi Trice, Heather Locklear, Foxy Brown. Where do you want to go with this? Keep it where you got it, everybody. And remember, it is what it is. Welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
All right, cheers, everybody. Welcome to the weekend. Hopefully this will be the last cold weekend of the winter. I understand we're supposed to be having quite the cold snap. A lot of people heading towards warmer climates, going to Houston this weekend for All-Star Weekend. Yes, no, maybe so. This is the 55th NBA All-Star Weekend. Actually, I don't know whether they've been doing the whole weekend thing for 55 years, but I do know that on Sunday, that'll be the 55th game celebrating the NBA All-Stars. And it's going to be in Houston. Destiny's Child, as you know, is doing the national anthem. And there are a bunch of parties and events going on, including... I know tonight Club Live is live with Queen Latifah and Richard Jefferson and a bunch of athletes, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not going down there. I'm going to stay right here. Make sure everything is secure. So, any word from Busta Rhyme? No. Still silent? Okay. You know, I was thinking about how Busta or somebody, one of the, few hundred people that were there on the video set, how somebody can make it known what they know without being known. And perhaps what it is as easy as, I don't know how plausible this is, but perhaps engineering a letter, kidnapping style, where you cut out the letters from a magazine, paste, drive to the other side of Kalamazoo, drop it in the mail, and then return back to Brooklyn where you're from. And put on gloves, of course. And, of course, don't lick the envelope. There are a whole lot of buts involved with it. But the point is that it can be done. And you mail it in to the Brooklyn cops. You mail it in to Ray Kelly, chief of police commissioner here in New York. You mail it in and clear your conscience. You bastards are going to hell. You understand? There is a man dead, 3 kids without a father, and a baby's mother who... She's got to explain to the kids. How can you guys sleep? How can they sleep at night? I mean, somebody was killed. I mean, Busta, they say you were standing right next to Israel. My God, man. Have you no conscience? Oh, I understand what you're going to say. It's not that easy. If I snitch... Then I get the next clip or whatever. Well, you know what? Get to cutting and pasting. Right? Isn't that a somewhat brilliant plan? I told you I'm good at hatching a plan.
Yeah, they should have called you.
Well, they didn't even have to call. It's free. Look, I'm here. He could have disguised his voice on Advice Hour and said, what would you do? I would have told him right then. All right, I said I didn't want any phone calls, but I really don't mind just tapping the lines and just seeing who's there. Angelina's saying absolutely no wedding, and Brad is upset about it, and he's saying wedding now, and Ange is like, not over your dead body. So, just to keep you up with that. Turn your radio down. What line is this?
This is line 1.
Okay, well, we're hanging up because
Wendy?
Yes, hi.
I'm right here, Wendy. How are you?
Hi.
I called you 2 days ago, and I couldn't get through to you. I believe that you hung up on me, not hearing me. I would like to know...
I'm about to hang up on you again because you're not turning your radio down, Dominique.
I'm sorry. It's down.
Dom.
I would like to know how much is it to get into the comedy club? Your comedy experience?
You know what? I'm not exactly sure, but if you go to the laughfactory.com...
Okay.
And there's 2 of them. There's one in Hollywood. Obviously, that's not the one where Mike is. Or you could just call the club.
Okay. And my next question is the one I was trying to get through to. Would you go into the satellite radio business? I mean, Oprah's doing it. Howard Stern has already done it, and I'm wondering.
Yeah, but the difference is that because I'm a full-time jock, then I would have to choose. Do I want to be in satellite radio or do I want to be on terrestrial radio?
Right.
The only way I could do satellite radio while holding down a job in terrestrial radio is if I did like a Saturday shift, part-time, and I wasn't syndicated in terrestrial radio.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand. I got you.
And would I do it? Absolutely.
Of course, the money's nice.
Well, the money's nice now that Howard has opened up the doors for jocks. I can't speak on Oprah part because Oprah is not one of my brethren.
Right.
She's a TV mogul queen president who, is slumming in radio. Whereas, Howard, lives, eats, breathes like I do.
Right.
And people like Howard, excuse me, not people like Howard, Howard, not people like Howard, has opened the door for more money to be available for people like me,
right,
should I ever choose to do full-time satellite radio. But I cannot do both. So here I is, and here I am.
And doing your thing.
Until the wheels fall off, in which case it's nice to know I have some place to run.
True.
Yeah.
I just would like to say hello to my Aunt Roz again.
Okay.
Just in case she's listening. And I agree with you with this whole Busta Rhymes situation.
Yeah.
Say something. Because this child is, you know what I mean? You have children they don't have their father.
Hey, listen, Busta's got 5 kids of his own. It's
Someone should say
been
something,
said
though,
that
you know?
he's not the best father, according to his baby's mother. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that he's got 5 kids of his own.
Right.
How would
and
he
if
feel?
you were gone, your kids want to know what happened to Daddy. Where's Daddy?
Right.
And no one's getting any justice. It's
All right.
not fair.
Thanks, Dom.
All right.
We're gonna
You
go
have a
line
good day.
You too.
Bye,
Line
Wendy.
number 2 is Sean. He's 30, and you want to talk about Busta Rhymes, Sean? Sean.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, it's Wendy. How you doing?
Yeah, how you feel? And listen, I need for you to stick up for hip hop a little bit more, because I listen to these radio stations. Nobody sticks up for it. You can't snitch, because every aspect of life, do the cops tell on each other?
I understand what you're saying, but
Dick Cheney just put a hole in somebody's face.
Yeah.
Anybody telling down there?
well, here's the problem. The problem with this is that there's a huge magnifying glass countrywide on this particular case.
Wendy, that don't mean you have to get on it too, though, man.
Hey, I'm not on it, okay? Because I already know what I would do. I already know what I would do if I was in a particular position like this. And you know something? I don't think that my plan was so bad. That way, somebody can say something without implicating themselves and possibly putting their own kid.
No disrespect to you, I understand that, because you're the only person that let somebody get on and talk. Because the midget down the dial, he's not going to let anybody get on the radio and talk, okay? And from what I hear, he a snitch too, But you can't talk, because nobody talks. The police don't talk. You can't be getting... Your words could be all mixed up by the time you get down there. Who knows what'll happen? It start leaking to the press.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a whole...
I got that angle, which is why the cut and paste signed by no one. At least the cops will know in which direction to look.
Nah, Wendy, you can't let the police do their job. That's what they get paid for. Let me just say this. Do the police, whenever the community helps them out, do they ever stand up there and say,
No.
you know what, thank you to the community for helping us? No, they pat each other on their back.
Right.
They pat each other on the back and say, good job, O'Reilly, good job, this, good job.
And then they shoot
it to the community, thanks for helping us out. You help us catch a killer, or you help us catch the racist or anything.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So I don't respect them. I'll tell you right now, I don't talk to police, I don't deal with police. I've seen things go down. Let them go, and that's what they get paid for, because they never thank the community when the community steps up. Never.
Thank you.
And you look at the Dick Cheney, he put a hole in somebody's face. Who's
That's
talking?
true. And nobody's talking, and nobody's going to jail.
Nobody's going to jail, right? Supposedly he was drinking. He said he was drinking.
And allegedly with a mistress by his side who they had to quickly scramble out of town.
That's right. The ambassador from Switzerland was down there. Nobody could explain why the ambassador for Switzerland is down there.
And then if your baby's mom was driving in the car with the baby in the front lap, she'd have diapers all over her from the law, and Britney Spears is still free.
That's another thing.
Yeah,
Britney
I
Spears
understand.
should be locked up too. They got pictures of her doing this. Come on,
So what you're saying?
You the last person that lets the phone calls get through, even when we disagree with you, because the midget down the dial is not going to happen. And I know you're friends with the other one down the dial, but just need somebody to step up for hip hop. I love this thing. A lot of people eat off of this. You know what I mean? I don't eat off of it. You know what I mean? But a lot of people eat off of it and don't stick up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of Busta at all, because I saw him on the street, and them cats act like they can't even talk to people. I was with one of my little cousins, you know what I mean? He saw Split Star and Busta out there like New York and Linden, around that area, out on East Flatbush. He act like he don't even want to talk to them. I'm just sticking up for hip-hop in general.
Well,
you see these cats in the street, a lot of these rappers you see in the streets, man, and they won't even give 5 seconds to talk to people. I don't care about you, B. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, hey, but when you see a little shorty or someone to talk to you, I'll ask the shorty, man. Give a fake smile or something, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I love this hip-hop thing, man.
I
And
hear
know
what you're saying.
North of it. I've been riding with you since I saw your pictures back on 42nd Street. You know what I mean? When you go through the tunnels to go from like the A train to the 2 train or something, man. I remember you from a long time ago, Wendy.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. We're about to get cut off, though, okay? Have a wonderful weekend. You all keep it where you got it. We've got hours together.
Wendy, man.
Some people you can relate to on other things and what you and your mate don't relate to. You need that emotional jump off sometimes.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
It's your boy Blue Da Vinci. How you doing?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, Blue. Hey, VMF. What's up, ATL? Hey, Tri-State, Jersey, Connecticut, all in New York. Staten Island. Shout out to Queens. I'm going to be in Queens tomorrow from 5 to 7 on Guy R. Brewer Boulevard over at Rochdale Winery, signing bottles. Hey, Henrietta Hustle got to do what it do, baby. Of my new champagne, George Vaselli. Happens to be available at Rochdale Winery. And I'm going over there to luxuriate and appreciate tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So I'll see you all over there, okay? I was supposed to do it last weekend, but that damn snow. No inclement weather this weekend, they say. Just, cold. So we can deal with that. Anyway, what's really going on, everybody? We need more men on this trip to Puerto Rico. I mean, while I don't mind traveling with the girls and all like that, I'm just thinking of the girls after, there comes a point where look, I'm going to give everybody the telephone number. And men, you all really need to jump on this trip. It's going to be wonderful. Puerto Rico, that's where we're going. It's sponsored by Diet Pepsi. We got a bunch of sponsors. Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail is sponsoring Steve Harvey's celebrity charity Golf Classic. My party on Palomino Island is sponsored by Bally's, where I was at Bally's this morning getting my Puerto Rico workout on. And a bunch of other sponsors. Boy, I'll just tell you. And we're going to have fun, and we're going to be pulling and swimming and partying and drinking if you drink. And we're going to be doing karaoke, the Wendy Williams Experience karaoke. Capone, the Gangsta of Comedy, and Drew Frazier will be traveling with us. And on Friday night, we're having the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience. Thursday night, we're doing karaoke. Both afternoons, Thursday and Friday, I'm broadcasting by one of the many pools at this joint. 5-star resort, the El Conquistador, is just fabulous. You're going to love it. Saturday afternoon, I mean, you do what you want Saturday morning and afternoon, but Saturday night, hey, baby, that's the big night. Keisha Cole's going to be joining us for our island party also. So, 888-212-4534. 888-212-4534. Come on, book your trip. We'd love to see you there. Also, you can go to WBLS.com because we're doing our frightening to fabulous living room makeover. And courtesy of the great people at Benjamin Rug and Home Imports in Secaucus, New Jersey. Log on to our website. Vote for this week's winner. Actually, I think it's too late to vote for this week's winner because we're about to announce who the winner is this week. Later on today, I think in the 5 o'clock hour or something, but 6 o'clock. Last week's winner's name is Natasha Jean of Brooklyn. Now, what we're working our way towards is having one final winner. That one final winner is going to win a $50,000 living room makeover courtesy of Stephanie Cohen. So last week, the winner of the week was Natasha. This week, we'll pick the winner today at 6 o'clock. I think we have 2 or 3 more weeks of this contest. Then all those winners for each week will compete, and then we'll get it down, and then somebody's going to... You get the idea. Let's go to line number 6. James wants to talk about the shooting at the video, and he's 30... What is that, 3 or 5?
Hello?
James?
Yes.
How you doing? Are you 33 or 35?
35.
Okay, and you're from the Bronx?
I'm from the Bronx.
Yes. Go ahead, James.
All right, Wendy, I see this Busta Rhymes thing as being a whole big cover-up because, you're in New York, and the biggest gang in New York are the police. Yeah. Everybody wearing blue, running around, shooting people. You sit back and forth, and you look, and these cops, they sit back, and it's a whole clique because if this guy is carrying Busta's jewelry or whatever have you, and Busta's looking directly into people's face as they shooting, then quite naturally the man ain't going to say nothing. Yeah. Because I guess that they were naturally after him. If anything, so if... Yeah,
but if they were after him, then somebody has bad aim.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they're going to retaliate, Busta's going to retaliate on his own or get his own people. Because everybody in the business world have backup people, have gangs, have cliques. Hit them off with a little money and say, hey, I know who did this. And then 2 weeks later, you'll be hearing about somebody else getting knocked off or bust at or shot at or whatever have you.
So what would you do if you were either Busta or one of the people who saw a lot of what went down, knowing that Israel Ramirez left behind 3 children?
Well, first and foremost, I would grab Busta to the side and tell him, yo, listen, he died protecting you. Look out for his family, first of all. That would be the bottom line for me right there. Okay. Second of all, if I was one of the people who saw what went on, then me and some people would have to conglomerate with the police or a special investigator to be set up and spread some news, because these people are just running around popping each other for no apparent reason.
Okay, so then you're at least kind of with me in saying that if it's not Buster who tells, then somebody who saw something needs to say something. And if they don't want to say directly, paste together a note, mail it from Delaware, and then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know something? They got all these crime heuristics and fingerprints images and this and that, and they're cool with their own conclusion, and it'll be something tossed in the garbage like Tupac and Biggie. It'll be tossed to the side because of the fact that they want to see us self-destruct anyway, because it's called divide and conquer.
Thank you, James. Let's go to line number 5. Marge is there. Marge is 24 and wants to talk about interracial dating. Hey, Marge.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Good. Welcome to the show.
I just had a question. I'm dating. I just started dating this guy like 3 months ago or so.
Oh, wait. What's your name?
Margot.
Oh, Margot.
Yeah.
Margot, you're 24?
Yeah.
Wow, you have like a 65-year-old smoker's voice.
Oh, my God, really?
Yeah, you sound... Margot, are you a man or a woman?
I'm a man.
Oh, okay, well, that's why. Okay.
I just woke up, that's why.
No, then you sound like a 24-year-old guy. Margot is just an unusual name for a man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you
It's
tranny?
an alias.
Okay, a tranny. Okay. I mean, alias. Go ahead.
Tranny.
Go ahead, sorry.
But anyway, I'm sorry. And like, I'm Indian or whatever, and he makes a lot of racist jokes. And I was just wondering, what do I do about that?
How long have you been seeing him?
3 months.
Let it go.
Okay.
Because, jokes, sometimes like the racist kind, cloak real feelings.
Yeah.
And as a member of a minority group, we know our jokes when we hear them.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that you stuck around for 3 months.
Well, the thing is, this is the first time I'm dating someone who's black, and I always thought we were like on the same page, like.
No, we are not.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
You
give me the screw face at 7-Eleven and Dunkin' Donuts.
Wendy.
We are not the same. We're only minorities in the name of minorities, but past that, I don't. I mean, if the jokes are too much, I mean, he's a member of a minority group that gets made fun of a lot and discriminated a lot also.
Yeah.
So maybe if you like him enough, enlighten him and put him on notice. If you don't, then just, leave the situation. I mean, all black people are not going to make discriminatory jokes. So maybe you just have picked a person that is full of jokes, and you don't like it, so move on.
Yeah. Thank you, Wendy.
You're very welcome. How's the sex?
Oh, I have a quick question.
Me too.
Were you in Mary J. Blige's video?
No, somebody asked me that.
Yeah, you look just like this lady that's in it.
Sitting at the dinner table during the dinner party.
Yes.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, it looks like you.
How's the sex with the dude?
Oh, it's really good. That's another thing why I don't want to leave. It's kind of like that saying, once you go black, you don't really want to go back.
That's a stereotype.
But it's really, really good, though.
Look who's throwing racial stereotypes around now. Maybe you need to
but those are good stereotypes.
Nah, good, bad, and different. Listen, talk to the dude about it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Let me say, there are some other people on hold. Is line number 4 there still?
No.
Okay, is line number 1 there?
Yes.
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Is this Lisa?
Yes, this is.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi. Actually, I just wanted to say something to you about I'm not sure if you could hear me that well, about the gentleman that was just talking to you before.
About Busta Rhymes?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, he had commented on, people sort of going up against hip-hop. I think I'm kind of tired of that comment being made. Mm-hmm. If we voice our opinion in opposition with what an artist does, we are not going up against hip-hop. We have an obligation as people, and an obligation is to humanity. We can't sit back and allow things like this to happen and co-sign to it. Not only that, he's a businessman. People invest in him. Who's going to want to work with this person if every time you turn around, you might get killed. And he won't be on his behalf. And every time he says something about Biggie Smalls, we need to shut him down. Because the same way people aren't speaking about who murdered him is the same way they're not speaking about who murdered this man.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. And we're going to continue with the break, everybody. We can talk about whatever you want today. Gossip, gossip, gossip. And don't forget that we have Eric Benet coming in during the Hour of Truth after 4 o'clock on 107.5 WBLS.
Don't come around here with that Wendy Williams. Get your facts straight or shout.
Experience.
I was talking about All-Star Weekend. I know that's happening this weekend. Many of you care. You'll be watching the game and all like that. Does that mean there's no Desperate Housewives on Sunday? Or does the All-Star game come on like on ESPN at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Please, just don't mess up Desperate Housewives. We're on a little roll here. Queen Latifah and Eva Longoria are actually coaching opposite teams for a basketball game during All-Star Weekend. Not the big game, but you know. And speaking of coaching, did you hear about this girls basketball coach? Well, she's former now, thanks to what she did. Her name is Tonda Rucker. And she was sentenced to 1 year in a work furlough program for molesting 3 female basketball players. See, a man could never be sentenced to work furlough for that. Why isn't she in jail? Why? Because it's a woman and nothing's penetrating? I don't really get that. If you're found guilty as a man of molesting 3 women, you go to jail. So why... And work furlough for a year. Does anybody know what work furlough is? What is that? You wear an orange jumpsuit and you pick up trash in the middle of the street? Is that the work furlough? What is that? Why isn't she in jail? I don't get it. She had a relationship with 2 of her 16-year-old basketball players. She also had a relationship with a girl that she met through high school basketball. She pled guilty to 18 felony charges, which included penetration with a foreign object and oral copulation with minors. She's going to have to register as a sex offender. And, the law is now going to call her a sexual predator. She enticed, manipulated, and pressured 3 girls. Ugh. Unless she only went to jail because they're underage. But in actuality, the girls admitted, no, we liked it. And then the law just, usurped what they said and said, I just don't get it. If this was a man, he'd be in jail. Yeah. Yeah, well, sorry, men. In the meantime, MCI has, some people might care. MCI, listen, I was watching a movie with MCI in it about 2.5 weeks ago. It was called 100 Kilos. Yeah. One of them real male Negro flicks. About the drug game in California. No, please, take them crickets off. That's where the action is. Like 2 o'clock in the morning. I actually have the DVD of it, 100 Kilos, but MCI was in that. He has a distribution deal for his company, West Music, and Paid in Full / Koch. So he's got a new album coming out called Affiliated, and it's due in stores in the spring. Just in case you've been wondering what's going on with MCI. Okay, fine. How dare you? Do you care about them franchise boys? Well, somebody does. First of all, they're friends of the show. And their CD came out last week. They've sold about 110,000 copies of their CD so far. They're going to be on Jimmy Kimmel tonight, I believe. Or maybe it was earlier this week. I don't know. But do you know that their ringtone has reached 1 million sales? Yeah. They got the ringtone for Lean with it, rock with it. And I think the ringtone also for I Think They Like Me. And so they've reached 1 million sales. So terrific. More money for Jermaine Dupri. They were on Wildin' Out? How are they? Yeah. I mean, I liked them when they came in here. I don't see a huge... well, you know what? I liked him, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, his name's not MCI? It's MC8? Well, let me see how he pronounces it. Thanks, whoever called in the background. Thank you for calling on the studio line. Okay, well, as far as I'm concerned, EIHT. You can pronounce that any way you want. I mean, the Ebonics always says to me, you know, he left out the G. I know I is spelled differently. How did Dougie Fresh spell it on AAO? Did he put all right with the L? Or is it, you know, I'm confused. I'm going to stick with, I like the way I said it. MCI. MC8. MCI. Well, that name's not taken, so somebody's free to take it if you'd like. Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes. Okay, so here we go. So they're saying that the relationship is still on. And how does Tom always try to prove to us and convince us that, you know, A, he's straight, and B, you know, he's thoroughly, you know, enthralled with a woman, any woman, Katie Holmes? Kissing, of course. Kissing and public displays of affection. Immediately yesterday, they were both in Australia. Kissing, hugging, basking in the sunshine. They were on a boat and oh gosh, the media was all around them. They were making out like crazy. Oh, he said they're still engaged. They said they're moving forward with the wedding plans, as well as the planning of their child. That the statements by Life and Style magazine, the Wendy Williams, are false. Ugh. Please. We got Advice Hour coming up next hour. Ugh. I got this letter. Because I love to hear about the office romance. We were talking about that a little bit yesterday and the day before. And I got this letter from this person who started out working at a job where, you know, everything was equal. Next thing you know, the person that... Anyway... The other half got promoted to boss. They moved in together. I got to explain it to you in the letter that was written to me. But that is just one component to Advice Hour. Of course, the phone lines are going to be open. And I would love if you know, have a little problem, a little snafu, something going on in your life, you know, and you would like me to give my opinion or maybe help you a bit. Sure. Why not? That's what I'm here for. That's what Advice Hour is all about. 866-GET-WENDY. You can give me a call. You can always email me. I'm about to check my emails. Wendy at thewendywilliamsexperience.com or fax. Thanks.
It's Wendy, man.
My boss came into my office and he basically brushed up against me with his penis.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know how should I handle that situation?
The Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice Hour.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Here we go. We got Wendy's Medical Minute. And today I want to talk about pap smears as they relate to poor black women. And this study was done surveying 40,000, more than 40,000 women, black women in the United States, all across the various states. And it was published in the February issue of Cancer. I've never heard of that magazine, but it's one of those medical magazines. Anyway, what the study found is that black women who live in poor neighborhoods are less likely to get screenings for cervical cancers than women in more affluent areas. The factors included age and education, but they say even among women who were professional, who were also educated, they too had a decreased number of screenings if these same women, professional and educated, lived in poverty neighborhoods. Now, they say women living in, or black women, this is black women living in communities where at least 20% of the families live below the poverty level were significantly less likely to get regular pap smears compared to women, black and other, living in areas where only 5% of the population is poverty stricken. So we got to close this gap, ladies, and we got to start taking care of ourselves. And that is Wendy's Medical Minute. Okay, now listen. Here's that letter I was telling you about. All right, and then we're going to go to the phones because it is advice hour, and I need you at 866-GET-WENDY. Wendy, this is my first time sharing this with anybody. I'm a 26-year-old female. So, Wendy, I need your honest opinion. I'll try to make this short. I work with this female, and we've been working together for about 3.5 years. For the first 2 years, we became quite close. Okay, well, attracted to one another. Some days while at work, we would sneak into the bathroom and start kissing and touching. We did this almost every day at work. It was pretty exciting and risky. Anytime we would go out for drinks, we would end up all over each other. It was pretty crazy, huh? Then she got a promotion and became my boss. Wow. Yeah. Yes, Wendy. We still continue to do our thing. Everyone at the workplace suspected something, but we played it off. Then there came a point in my life when I needed a favor, and she was there to help me. So at this point, we became roommates. So now I'm living with my boss and kissing and fondling and massaging my boss. And yes, even giving a professional to my boss. But she was too nervous to return the favor, which I understood. Wendy, I am not gay, just bi-curious. So anyway, I started dating this guy and we became serious. So I moved out. And Wendy, she was pissed till this day. Now she is making work hard for me. Yes, we still work together. It's like she thought we were girlfriends or something. I guess I gave the professional pretty damn good. Got that behind wide open. So, Wendy, now I need to know how to handle the situation. Please answer during advice hour because I listen every day. Thank you so much for your time. I'd make it hard on you, too. I'd make it so hard that I either had you fired or you'd quit. I'm just, just because, you led me on and you're straight all along and now you're into this guy and now you're moving out and it was just all too much. This is very irresponsible. On your part. You see, they didn't start living together until, she's bi-curious. And so all that kissing and kissing and kissing. What did you think living together meant? That meant that you were going to continue this thing that you can't yet define, but it is something. That's number one. And number two, she was your boss. All right. Promotion. Everything was great, and then I needed a favor, and we became roommates. Okay, so first she was the boss, and then they started living together. So you're a fool. I would make your life miserable at work within an inch of the law, and then I'd make you either quit or get you fired. Yes, I would. You want to know why? Because I'm cat-trapped scorned. And I might not have been in love with you, but I'll be damned if you do this to me. So you ask me what you should do? Find another job before I make it even more miserable for you. And be careful about coming back for a recommendation. And I know you can go to human resource, but guess what? I'm one step ahead of you. I'm going to screw you in the recommendation within 1 inch of the law and human resource. See what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? You know why? Cat trap scorned. That's it. That's it. Live and learn. Okay, let's go to line number 3. Alicia's there from... Okay, line number 2. Kathy is dating a guy that wants to have a threesome. Kathy, hi.
Hi.
Doesn't it seem like we deal with this all the time? You're dating a guy. How long have you been dating, Kath?
No, this is actually my friend is dating this guy.
Okay.
And they've been dating for about 4 months or so, and he's brought up to her at least on 2 occasions.
He brought up to her. He brought up to her. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's brought it up to her at least on 2 occasions that he wants me involved in somehow, or ask for a picture of us kissing or something ridiculous.
Are you lesbos?
No, ma'am.
Bi-curious?
No, ma'am. I want nothing to do with the situation. She's been my best friend forever. She
Good girl,
wouldn't want
Kathy.
to go there either. But he's just, I don't know, brought it up, went on a break for a week or so, and she's asking, well, I don't know what to do. I think he's the one because she's 27 and she just wants to get married. She doesn't want to end up alone. And I want to flat out tell her, if he's talking about other girls, like, why are you worried about staying with him?
Well, here's the thing. Ultimately speaking, she's going to do what she's going to do, and she sounds a little bit desperate. After dating a guy for 4 months, she's, willing to, she's talking about marriage and, having threesomes. I'm with you in terms of you stay out of this threesome. And I already talked about threesomes the other day in saying this, and tell your friend that I said this.
Okay.
Threesomes are for slutty, sexy nights with people that you emotionally will not care about what they say or think about you. Or threesomes are for people who are in a long-term relationship, which could include property owning and kids and so on and so forth, and they're just trying to spice it up. But they know each other so well that you know me too well to even call me a slut, and I know you too well to understand that you really want her. We're just doing this because this is what she is not even part of that. She's desperate. Gotta go, Kathy. Bye.
All right, thanks, Wendy.
Good. Marcus is on line number 4, wants to know about Puerto Rico. Hi, Marcus, you coming?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, you coming to Puerto Rico with us?
No, I'm trying to find out, Wendy Pace, what's good? I'm trying to find out what's going on with the security detail. I got to go through Les or Kev?
Oh, I don't know. Why are you calling me on the request line about this? I have to go, Marcus. Bye. Oh, wow. Wow. He's talking about people in my, immediate cipher and security detail. That was not secure whatsoever. I don't know who you call, Marcus. I'm sorry about that. I thought maybe you'd have telephone numbers on people and all like that. Oh, my God.
He's not in the loop.
Yeah, not in the loop. You don't have any telephone numbers? Not in the loop. Then again, maybe he lost his phone. I don't know. But here on the air is not the place to go. And I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I'm just packing my bag and going to Bally's and sticking with my LA weight loss. That's what I was told, that, everything else is taken care of. The party, the DJs, the rooms, the soup to nuts, everything taken care of. I just show up. Line number 5 is Angel, who's 35. She's been in an 18-year relationship at 35. Wow. She says she's tired, but he won't leave. And she's scared he might do something crazy. Angel?
Yeah?
Yeah, so you're 35, 25. You've been in with him since you were 17?
Yes, first boyfriend, only guy I ever slept with.
Oh, wow.
Scary.
Angel.
Yeah.
Have you ever cheated?
You know what? 2 years ago, I went back with my ex, and I never gave him any, but I went back and made him wear a condom. I did it one time.
How was it?
I was too nervous.
You were too nervous?
I was so nervous. But it was all right. But I was scared to death.
Yeah, what, of getting caught?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Let me tell you. Afterwards, I was scared to have sex with my boyfriend. Because
you thought he might feel that another man ran up in you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Angel, why are we whispering? So crazy. Angel, so you're ready to bail. Yeah, he might do something crazy.
I'm so scared.
Yeah, that's like ownership. Yeah. I'm thinking like a guy right now. You know what I'm saying? You meet a girl at 17. You're the one to deflower her. Yeah. He married you. He gave you... Are you married?
No.
Oh, wow. What a fool.
Girl, no.
Do you have children with him?
One son.
How old is he?
My baby's 10.
Wow. All right. Does he have behavior that makes you think he's going to do something crazy?
No.
Wow. Angel?
What?
You know what?
What?
Do you have any brothers?
Yeah.
Well, you need to surround yourself by as many people as possible, and you need to have your go-to place already ready, and you need to let the judge, when you file for your child support, know that, you know, you're frightened and he's crazy. Look, you've already... How long have you wanted to leave this relationship?
Oh, gosh. It's not even about what the things, you know, can't wear this, can't go here. Don't talk to her.
Yeah, he owns you.
And I need my power back.
I don't think you ever had power.
You're right.
And I'll tell you why. Because when you met him, you were 17. You fell deeply in love. That was the first one you had sex with. You're such a classic case of marrying young and being a virgin. I bet you don't have a career where you can sustain yourself and your child.
I do. My job is the bomb.
Oh, good.
It's the bomb. Plus, I make money on the side, like with real estate or whatever.
Okay.
So, and.
Okay.
I'm in the process of buying a fly house right now.
Go, Angel, go!
Oh, my gosh, but I'm so scared.
No, don't be scared. Be brave, Angel. But listen, you're going to... Wait, listen. You're going to have to... So you don't want to leave him. You just want the rules of the game to change.
Yeah.
You want to be able to unbutton one more button on your blouse.
And I got it going on.
And you know what, Angel?
Oh, my gosh.
Would he ever go to therapy? Of course not.
I guess when he's sorry, I got a black eye or a broken leg or something.
Oh, wait, abuse?
Yeah.
Angel, you need to go to therapy and have a therapist walk you through how you're going to either repair this or get out. And I'm talking mostly about get out. Now, what, a black eye and broken what?
I'm saying that's probably the only way he will go. You know, if he done something so dramatically.
Oh, wait, he's never hit you, though, right?
Yeah, he has. He has. But
how many times in a 12-month year do you get hit?
If I keep talking back, it's over. It's a wrap, so I don't talk back. I don't just give him the reason to do anything.
You're being held a prisoner in your own marriage.
Of course, I'm not married. Hello.
I mean, relationship. Okay, go to a therapist and get some serious coaching. Somebody to hold your hand, therapeutically speaking, in escaping this relationship.
Yeah.
Your therapist will help you walk through who you need to surround yourself by in terms of the authorities and just people in general. You need a therapist. You need to get off the phone with me and reach to your telephone and vent. In the meantime, button up and face forward.
I love you.
Better not catch you looking at anybody else.
I love you. Bye.
Bye. Wow. Jay. What'd you say? Just you have a best friend? Yeah, she was whispering. Yeah, well, yeah.
Fair.
Shout out to... wait, put me on the phone with line number 1. Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Hey, line 1, is this you anonymous in L.A.?
In New Jersey.
Are you 34?
No, I'm 24.
But are you anonymous?
Yes, I would like to be.
Okay, and you asked me about Puerto Rico? Don't say a word. Don't say a word. Just yes or no. About Puerto Rico?
No, it's not about Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. Then this is not the same line 1. Okay. All right. Then hold on a moment, okay? Because we only have a minute left on the break.
Okay. But I get to talk to you, though, right, Wendy?
Yeah. Just hold on a moment, okay? Put her back on hold, Goose. And I want to shout out to Anonymous, who got bumped off the line who's going to Puerto Rico, 34 from L.A. Listen, there's a way. Trust, everybody will be doing the same thing. And I'll see you in PR. All right. Everybody keep it where you got it. Everybody on the telephone, hang on. Christopher, Vanessa, Marcus, Jennifer, a.k.a. Melissa. Hold on. Advice Hour continues on the Wendy Williams Experience.
Hey, man. So I called you like 3 weeks ago about me and my boy had a threesome and how he touched my butt. He came to me saying that he really want to have sex with me.
Well, you should have known that when he touched your butt.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WVLS presents the WVLS Diet Pepsi Getaway and Play Trip a Day.
Get aboard JetBlue Airways and be our guest.
March 30th through April 2nd at the luxurious 5-star El Conquistador Resort and Country Club in Puerto Rico.
Lose yourself in the vibrant beauty of this grand hotel.
Perched on a 300-foot cliff overlooking the Atlantic and Caribbean Oceans. Relax and be pampered at the Golden Door Spa, El Con's tranquil path to inner and outer peace. Oh, hell, let's get to the point. We're gonna party. We're gonna have fun. I got DJ Quad coming from Jersey, and JC Jace coming from Brooklyn, and SNS coming from uptown. We're leaving nothing to chance. Keisha Coles is gonna be entertaining us, and I need you to be at my private island party. It's Palomino Island.
Presented by Bally's Total Fitness. Meet your potential and the Universal Circus.
And don't miss Steve Harvey's Celebrity Golf Classic.
With only a limited amount of golf packages left. So sign up for your foursome today.
Presented by Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail. Back at the Beacon Theater May 9th through the 14th. Washington Mutual and Stephanie Cohen Design.
Listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show each weekday morning at 7:15 a.m. He'll let you know when to call in to win. Be the correct caller and pack your bags for the WBLS Getaway and Play trip a day to the El Conquistador Resort in Puerto Rico. For more info, log on to WBLS.com.
It's the WBLS Trip a Day Getaway.
Courtesy of Diet Pepsi. Light, crisp, refreshing.
Guys, hello. There's a 4-to-1 ratio of women to men going to Puerto Rico. If you know what I mean, guys, sign up now.
107.5 WBLS.
WBLS and the New York City Department of Health encourage you to quit smoking. Call 311 for more information.
Ow. BLS 107.5. Hey, everybody. Don't forget about our trip to Puerto Rico. We're going March 30th through April 2nd, and we're staying at El Conquistador Resort and Golden Spa. I have the telephone number. You ready? Because right about now, first of all, do we have a trip to give away today? No. We have no trip. But if you really want to go, you'll book and you'll come and luxuriate. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That would be March 30th through April 2nd. 888-212-4534. Be me and Steve's guests. Come. Have a great time. 888-212-4534. Okay. Now, we're still in Black History Month, and The Color Purple is still on Broadway. And there are select performances in February and March for only $35. Now, I'm going to give you the telephone number to call, and then there's a particular code that you have to punch in or that you have to know in order to get that $35 price. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the telephone and talk to somebody. That gives you a chance to get your pen and paper. And then I'm going to come back to this Color Purple telephone number and code. All right? Okay. Now let's go to line number 6. Christopher is 18. There's a situation with your brother and your mother. Hello, Christopher? Christopher? Hi. Okay, it's not Christopher. Who is this?
Angela.
Hi,
Wendy.
Hi, Angela.
I've been waiting for you.
Okay, nice to have you here. I don't have any paperwork on you. But what's going on?
Not much. I just wanted to call in and talk to you.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, this is advice hour right now, Angela.
Right. I needed some advice.
Okay, there you go. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, see, Wendy, I've been married for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I love my husband very, very much,
Mm-hmm.
but we're having hard times right now. And I just started a new job at American Express.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a little bit of office romance going on.
Oh, Angela.
But he's been married for 7 months. He's newly married, and now he's already talking about building a relationship with me. And I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Well, first of all, you have more invested in your marriage than he does in his. Do you have children?
No, we had a daughter in 2004. She passed away. So that kind of, yeah, that was kind of the separation between us. It's something like that either makes or breaks you.
Yes, it either makes you closer or drives you apart.
Right. So it kind of separated us. He's younger than I am, my husband.
How old is your husband?
He's 23.
Oh, boy. How old are you, Angela?
26.
Okay. Do you want to be married to your husband anymore? He's been married since he was 18 years old. He doesn't want to be married to you. I mean, this is just me going on assumption. Would you ply him with champagne or something?
No.
What the hell is an 18-year-old boy or girl doing walking to the altar? But especially a boy.
Well, he's above his time. You know what I mean? He's doing his first year residency at Queens Community Hospital. He's
more mature. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, he's very mature for his age.
Yeah. So, do you want to be married anymore, Angela?
I don't know, Wendy.
Okay, well, you need to decide that and put this affair back there. Because your ass is going to get caught out there at work, and you're going to mess up your career and your new job at American Express. And even if they keep you with your job, you only have your reputation. And you know what reputation they're going to know you at. You're a whore.
Right.
You don't want that, Ange.
But he's saying he's not even happy.
Angela?
Yeah.
The lover's not happy?
Yeah.
Angela, who cares what he says? This is not about him. Angela, leave him alone. Leave
Okay.
him alone. You've got to decide what you want out of your life before you do another thing. And I'm telling you, women in the workplace who get caught out there like that, when both parties, the woman is the whore and the man is the just being a guy.
hero.
That's right. Angela, you're playing with fire right now. Now, I asked you a question regarding do you want to still be married, and you gave me a him and a haw. So maybe what you need to do is sit back and decide, do you still want to be married? And if the answer is yes, then leave this joker at work alone and work on mending your marriage to your husband.
Okay.
See, work on that. And if you don't want to work on it, well, then divorce your husband and then do what you want. You'll still be called a whore. If you're a single woman and you're messing around with a married man at work, you're still a whore. Okay. According to what the water cooler talk is going, you're a whore.
Right.
No matter how decent and Mother Teresa-ish you are, you're a whore. And you've worked so hard on your career and your reputation to be a whore.
Right.
You better be careful, Angela.
Okay, Wendy.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care, Angela.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay, you ready? I'm going to say this one time. Don't call me later on. 212, color purple, $35 tickets. 212-947-8844. 212-947-8844. And here's the code. I'm going to say it twice. C like cow, P like pony, B like boy. H like Harry, M like Mary, 39. CPB HM39. That's it. Don't call me and ask me about it later. All right. We're going to continue with the break. And there are a bunch of people still on hold. We're going to continue with that. We got the results from yesterday's People Poll question regarding romance in the office and has it resulted in marriage. Plus, I've got a brand new People Poll question for you to ponder over the weekend. And we will be delivering all those goods coming up on the Wendy Williams Experience, 107.5 WBLS.
Brothers and sisters, taking it back, baby. Taking it back. Old school short shot. Yes, the rhythm, the rebel. 2, 3, play.
A little play from back in the day.
And me, it's Wendy, man.
Wendy Williams.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Broadcasting live, it's the queen of radio, Wendy Williams.
How you doing? Anyway, look, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience, and it's time for the People Poll. Okay, yesterday's People Poll question, and you can go to thewendywilliamsexperience.com if you'd love to participate. Have you ever been involved in an office romance that resulted in marriage? 10% of you all said yes. 90% said no. Today's question is based on my continued disinterest in the Olympics. I don't care. You know, the studies are now showing, the stats, the ratings and everything, that the counter programming is killing the Olympics. Like people really don't seem to care. American Idol, Grey's Anatomy, and a bunch of other things have been beating the Olympics. Next week, I think on Tuesday, starts the women's figure skating. But my question regarding the Olympics, I think maybe when I was a kid, that's the last time I remember the Olympics being great. I remember Mark Spitz swimming and, all like that. I just don't, who was the Queenie runner? Carl Lewis. That was not when I was a kid. That was more like when I was a teen, I think. But are you watching the Winter Olympics? Are you watching the Winter Olympics? 5 people in the studio. Raise your hand if it's yes. And the survey says none. Okay, well, we'll read the results. I'll give you the results on Monday. Are you watching the Olympics? Oh, by the way, shout out to the college kids. Guess what? The number of pounds the college students are commonly said to gain during freshman year, 15. So it's no longer the freshman 10 like when I was a freshman. It's now the freshman 15. The average number of pounds actually gained by students in a recent study, though, 7. So you guys know it's 15 and you're watching your weight. Good. The number of pounds researchers say could be gained by the time you graduate if the pattern continues. I'm talking about the 7 pounds. 27 pounds. Jeez. So watch yourself. Okay. Let's go back to the telephones. And we're going to talk with Nancy this time. She's 26 and she needs relationship advice. Oh, line number 6. You're having an affair? You're engaged and you're having an affair, Nancy?
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. So, how long have you been engaged?
Oh, recently, actually.
How recent?
A couple months.
Christmas?
On Christmas Day, actually.
Well, why didn't you say it? Like, please don't make it hard for me to get answers from you, okay?
Okay.
By the way, how's the ring look?
Very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How long were you dating him prior to getting engaged?
Over 6 years now.
Okay. And so you've been dating him since you were about 19?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have children yet?
No, but that's in the plan.
That's in the plan. Okay, so now you're currently also carrying on an affair.
Yeah, I met this guy and everything in a club, and I don't have any emotional attachment to him, but I've been having an affair with this guy.
Yeah.
And my fiance, he takes care of me. I don't need anything financially, everything. I love him and everything.
Yes.
You know, we're buying a house together and everything. But I just feel so guilty, you know?
Then why don't you just stop?
Well, I'm planning to stop, but I did it because he did it.
Oh, well, turnabout's a fair game. I say, let me ask you something, because you just got engaged 2 months ago. When was his affair? When did you discover it?
Maybe 3 months ago.
Okay, so like at Thanksgiving he's cheating. By early December you've forgiven him, and by December 25th he shows up with the ring.
Yeah.
And this is all
he hasn't come to me and say, okay, I'm not cheating or anything. You know, I know it's a fact.
Okay. How long have you been cheating?
Couple months. Like right after Christmas.
Is this your first time cheating in the 6 years?
Yes. I'm new to this.
What is this, as far as you know, his first time cheating in the 6 years?
Oh, please, no.
What date do you have set to get married?
Next year around August.
Okay, so you don't have a date?
Yeah, no, not yet, but we plan to get it done in August.
Yeah. So, now what's your question to me?
I'm just feeling guilty. Am I justified to cheat because he cheated? Or do I need to grow up?
Yes, you need to grow up, and yes, you're justified to cheat.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's about it.
Did you want to talk more about this situation? Because I gave you...
kinda. Okay, the bottom line is I feel, I'm in this relationship, whatever, and I'm being taken care of financially.
And that's more important to you than...
And is that I should just stick to that, and, as long as it's not in my face, I should just be cool.
I mean, if you say so, people get married for different reasons. You're getting married because at 26 years old, you're not capable of taking care of yourself. So you need a man to take care of you. I know women like you, and I understand, I guess the behavior of a woman marrying for convenience because you're lazy and you don't want to do it yourself.
Oh, no, actually, I'm graduating from school.
Whatever. That's an education means absolutely nothing. It is the motivation behind the person. I know people who've dropped out of 8th grade who are more motivated and will run circles around me, you, and our mothers.
No, I'm very motivated.
No,
I'm very ambitious.
Okay. All right. Well, you're making.
So should I just stick with the guy?
Your fiance? I don't know. I don't even know if you all will make it to the altar. I'll be honest with you. Neither one of you has addressed the cheating. I think that the cheating needs to be addressed. For you don't need to tell him because sisters be sticking together. You don't need to tell him, but what you do need to do is stop.
Okay.
Now. And as far as his cheating, I think that you need to bring it to him and address this.
Oh, God, I've addressed it so many times. He's just denied it. So I just gave up on that.
Okay, so you're willing to accept continual not infidelity, but continual infidelity from the gate. You're willing to accept that because
I don't want that. That's not the life I want.
Okay, so then you need to then put the kibosh on this engagement and figure out what it is that you want, and perhaps start with getting a job where you're able to take care of yourself in the manner in which you'd like to be taken care of, and then his money and what he brings to the table only helps enhance. But right now, you sound like you're more interested in being taken care of than anything. And all the degrees in the world don't equal the motivation that that you seem to lack. Does that make sense? Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah. I wish you. Hey, let me ask you something. How often do you go to the club?
Not very often.
Yeah.
Not very often.
Where do you guys do your thing? You and your jump off?
In Brooklyn.
No, I mean where? Like in his apartment, at your house?
No, in a hotel.
Yeah. So where does your husband think you are? He's at work, and it's during the middle of the day. This happens.
Mostly on weekends.
Yeah. Well, on the weekends, like day, night, after midnight,
Night. At night.
And where does your husband think you are?
By my friend or by my family.
Yeah. All right.
But this is not something I want. I mean, I hate doing this. I feel so guilty doing it. But it's like I'm trying to justify to myself saying that, okay, I'm right because he did it.
Well,
but I know deep down that I'm wrong.
Yeah, no. Listen, you're perfectly in the right to cheat. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to cheating, turnabout's a fair game. But then it becomes more individual. Apparently, you're not built for cheating. So you need to back off because you're in way over your head. There are some people built for cheating. Yeah. There's some people, be honest with yourself. There's some people built for cheating and there's some people aren't. You're not built for cheating. Furthermore, you're getting... Take care, Nance.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Can I just extend 2 minutes just to talk to Tana on line number 2? Okay, not really. All right, Tana, we'll have to talk to you another time. Eric Benet's coming up next hour. Keep it here, everybody.
Wendy, man.
I've been with this guy for like 5 years, and I know you say don't cheat. I know, but I can't help it. I want to.
Do you have intention on getting married?
We're married.
Oh, my God!
The Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
This is RuPaul. How you doing? Work, turn to the left, work, turn to the right, work, turn to the left. How you doing? Work, turn to the left, work, turn to the right, work, turn to the left. Sashay, Shantae, work. Ooh, Wendy girl, you better work. Wendy Williams! Microphone check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Wendy Williams Experience.
Yeah. Open the door. Eric Benet's coming in. Eric was a little nervous about coming in because he didn't think we had a good time last time, but I thought we did. It's
How you doing? It's good to see you. You look great.
You too.
Thank you.
They say that you were nervous about coming in. You didn't think...
nervous about coming in today?
Yes.
I wasn't nervous about coming in today. I was nervous about coming in the first time.
Oh, okay. Wait, pull up your microphone so we don't miss a trick.
All right.
Here's the thing.
There we go. How's that?
Yeah, you know what? Pull the arm up.
Pull the arm up.
So get to the toe. Here.
There we go.
There we go. Here's the thing. I thought that we had a stellar meeting last time, so I'm glad that
I thought we had a great time.
Good. Okay, good. All right, so let's get down to business. First of all, Eric is in New York City because you're on tour.
Yeah.
All around the country.
Yeah. I'm doing I did some East Coast things. What am I doing? I'm doing, Dara knows everything about my life. What? Collinswood, New Jersey tonight.
Okay.
And then tomorrow.
Well, I have your schedule. It's Collinswood, New Jersey tonight at the Scotch Rite Auditorium. You're in Westbury on the 18th, which is tomorrow. And then you're going to
Jakarta, Indonesia.
New York, it says.
Oh, damn, my fault. Oh. It says Jakarta. No, that's all in Indonesia.
Is it in Indonesia?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A long-ass flight.
So right after Westbury, you're flying to Indonesia.
Actually, I'm going to go home for like a week, do a couple things, and then go to Indonesia. And then from Indonesia is Germany, and then I think I'll come back home.
Because you're worldwide, and so...
I'm trying to be.
Where are you the biggest? Where do you sell the most records?
I think probably, you mean in the world?
Yeah.
It's probably a mix between Japan and the States.
Yeah.
It seems like in Japan they really appreciate like urban music that uses live instruments and stuff like that. So.
And you're still performing with no shoes?
Nah, actually, it's like most of the time when I perform now, I like wearing shoes.
What happened, Eric?
It's like I felt like I don't know. I'm just at this point in my life now where I like to wear nice things.
You look nice. You have on a traditional suit jacket, but you have on one of those scarves like from the thrift shop.
Right.
Dirty backpack style.
I got this in the Harajuku district.
Okay.
And I like to wear nice little things.
You got on True Religion jeans.
Close.
And
Stitches.
Stitches jeans.
Yes.
They're very nice.
Thank you very much.
So, what was the deal then with not wearing shoes?
You know what? It's like I felt like I started doing it early in my career because it just kind of relaxed me and made me feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I still get stage fright, like before I go on stage. And one thing I noticed was if I took my shoes off, I felt a little bit more comfortable.
I get it.
And I don't know. I think just after growing up a little bit, I just feel like, okay, I think I can work with the stage fright with shoes on.
Now, do you wear Birkenstocks? I mean, that's next to being no shoes.
That's pretty granola-y.
Yeah, well, but you're a granola singer.
Kind of.
You got like a granola aura.
Yeah.
So, what's the deal with you and Vivica Fox?
That's tripping me out, Wendy.
I just, you know what, honest to God, I pegged it for just either a one-night stand or a one-week stand or just gossip.
The latter.
Just gossip.
I mean, I see Vivica. I've seen her like at a couple different functions, and it's just love, platonic. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
And I saw her at the Trumpet Awards.
That's where they said you guys met.
And I just, hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? What's going on? Congratulations, boom, boom, boom.
And
we
they
talked
said
for
you
2
were
minutes.
kissing.
No, they tripping.
Wow.
Okay, maybe it was like a kiss, like when I saw a kiss on the cheek. Hey, how you doing, girl?
Yeah.
What's up? Maybe that. And they tripping. Because
you've got a reputation now.
I think so.
I mean, the divorce with Hallie is finished. And, we discussed that ad nauseum the first time that you came. All, if you missed that one, then you're going to have to listen to a best of show. We're moving forward now, but I do want to find out, are you still in therapy for sex addiction?
No. We talked about that last time.
But I want to find out because, they say like if you're an alcoholic, then it's a forever battle.
Exactly.
If you're a drug addict, it's forever.
Exactly.
So sex addiction.
This is my thing with the whole sex addiction thing. When the ship started to go down and the ship being the marriage.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I'm going to do anything and everything to try, to make amends and show that this is, I'm committed. Let's make it work.
Right.
So one of those things of doing everything possible was
going to sex addiction therapy, even though you didn't feel you were a sex addict, but you were trying to show Hallie, baby, I want to make it work.
And it's a trip. It was really a trip being in this place and talking to these people because it is a very real thing.
Okay. Well, see, I don't believe it.
Well,
Michael Douglas says he has the same thing. I don't believe
listening to some stories, and I commend these people because it's like, it's really something they struggle with where from day to day, I don't know if I can knock, I haven't seen a prostitute in a week and I'm doing great. So, it's like I was hearing stories like that.
Wow.
And when I went to this place,
you were like, I don't have a problem at all.
Exactly. It's like they make you fill out this questionnaire.
Yeah.
Like, okay, to basically gauge if you have an addictive personality.
Were you lying?
Oh, I was completely honest. It was like 50 questions.
Yeah.
And things that you wouldn't think would be sexual, but according to them, it would gauge like how addictive your personality is, how deep of an addict you are.
Yes.
How many cups of coffee do you drink? Have you ever struggled with smoking? When something stressful happens, do you react this way?
Yes.
So how
many orgasms do you have a day?
Well, yeah, they would ask like, how many times do you masturbate a day? Boom, 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 all kinds of stuff like that. And when I turned my questionnaire in, the doctor looked at it and he was like, wow, I've been here 14 years and I've never seen anyone like fill out a questionnaire that was least likely to be a addictive behavior.
Now, at the time that you started, all the stories were swirling around the news and the National Enquirer and whatnot. So did they know that you were in there? Almost like they were expecting you. Like, yeah, we read about you.
Yeah, when you live in that fishbowl world, it's kind of hard to do anything.
Yeah.
But let me answer your question now that you asked me the initial question about the no sex addict therapy. I've really, from the bottom of my heart, I feel like I am no more of a sex addict than any man in this building.
But you got a problem with monogamy.
Because
you cheated on like the night before your wedding, according to the girl, your old girlfriend or the woman from Minnesota, and then there was some cheating going on in between.
Well, there was a lot of alleged things going on, but there was no cheating before the night of the wedding.
Okay,
but I mean,
2 nights before.
No, it wasn't like that at all. It wasn't like that at all. But I mean, what was the initial question that led to the cheating before the night?
That the problem probably is monogamy.
Oh, I think I've struggled with. I think I've had a commitment problem in my life, but I don't really think I've definitely had monogamous relationships before.
Yeah.
And so,
well, what happened? You were with the quote unquote most beautiful, glamorous, Oscar-winning.
Well, let me put it this way: relationships in general, are difficult.
Yeah,
marriages, much more than relationships, are difficult. You add in all those extra components of like the whole celebrity thing of being away from each other for a lot of amount of time. B, like all the, I don't know. It's like I think when we came together, I think definitely I had my own issues, my own dysfunctions as a person, and Hallie definitely has her issues. And it's like, I don't know, those issues just didn't really
Did you
mix
have a
very
girlfriend at the time that you guys met?
At the time that we met?
Yeah.
No, I had somebody. I was single, but I was like dating here and there.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So it wasn't like what you would say like a girlfriend, but I was kind of single and doing my thing.
So you need to be loved. You want to be loved. We love your CD. And are you in love now?
No.
It's Eric Benet, everybody.
What's up, y'all?
So are you dating actively? Is there a nice something with a high booty and firm breast on tour with you?
No.
Is that her right there? How you doing?
This is Dara.
Oh.
Dara holds my life together.
Yeah. Well, so you're not in love?
I'm not. And the only thing I'm really in love with now is my daughter and get my, my career and, just, doing me right now.
India is about to go into high school in September, right?
Yes, Lord. It's a trip, man.
Wow.
Teenager, 14.
Jeez.
14, Wendy. Oh.
So she's got her cell phone and she's got
her
boys
cell
calling.
phone. She got, it's like coming home every day. It's like India, doing the instant message thing.
Oh, gosh. The MySpace.
Oh, no.
Who watches her when you're gone?
When I travel, I have a nanny.
Yes. And the nanny lives in the house?
Nanny lives in the house when I'm gone. And also my sister lives in Upland, California, which is only like 45 minutes, an hour away.
Now, is she married? Does she have kids, your sister?
Oh, yeah, my sister's, she's
So then India just is in the fold of the family and the family discipline.
Love all around.
You're very fortunate in that respect.
I'm blessed, very blessed.
Now, have you talked to her about sex?
Yeah, we have those conversations, and it's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. I mean, it's like the thing about being a parent is when I was 12 and 13, I had so many questions, but I didn't have like a relationship with my mom and dad.
None of us did.
Exactly.
It is the times in which we grew up.
Thank you. And it's like I wouldn't go home and say, "Dad, I saw this girl today." Man, the body was like, then we, I didn't have that kind of relationship. But the really, I feel especially blessed with India. She'll come home and she'll be like, Daddy, I held somebody's hand today.
Wow.
And I'm like, whoa. And I'm, as she's telling me this, I'm whatever she's telling me, I'm trying not to overreact.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm thinking, all right, well, this is great. She's talking to me about this stuff. Let's hope that this continues when she's 16, 17.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a really beautiful thing about our relationship, and I love that.
Now, does she ask a lot about Hallie? Do they still have their individual relationship? By the way, before you answer that, everybody, we established the last time Eric was here that Hallie never did go through with the adoption of India.
That's
so,
true.
therefore, there is no child support being paid. There is no spousal support. There never was.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
That was a big
Yeah,
deal
that's a huge
when you
thing.
guys first, split up. So now, what's their relationship, if any?
Now, and the other thing that I'm very forthright with everything.
Yes.
The other thing I talked about last time was when it comes to, India's personal relationship and how it involves in all of our stuff. I really won't bring that up either.
Okay.
As a parent.
Yes. Yes.
But I'll just say, in saying that India is an extremely happy and well-rounded and just wonderful 14-year-old little princess.
That means that she and Hallie probably still shop and have their girl talk.
Didn't say that.
I take that back. Hallie's dating. She wants a baby. She's focused.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what's going on.
She's dating that little guy that they're saying he makes you look like a choir boy. That model.
Wow.
Oh my God. And he's a 20-something, and
I'm not
she
even
wants a
honestly. I'm not
baby?
hip. I'm not hip who the little guy is. I don't know.
When's the last time you had sex? Everything's funny.
Oh man, I laugh when I'm uncomfortable. I don't know. I think it's. Dang, should I answer this?
Sure, Eric. Please, you're not married. You're not in love. You're not dating. You're free to answer.
A couple weeks ago.
Couple of weeks. Yeah. So what do you do in between? Do you self-pleasure? And more laughter? Who's laughing?
It's not particularly. I'm kind of cool on the whole self-pleasure. Not that I never have.
Yeah.
Or, that would be quite dishonest. But
yeah,
it's not like a regular thing.
Yeah. So, do you meditate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you sound like the type.
I do. Before, when I wake up in the morning, I really try to, prepare for the day. Just, once again, give thanks and just try to get my heart and my spirit right for whatever is about to face me during the day.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank.
It's crazy, by the way.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you. When you would get busted by Hallie, would you buy her really nice things? I mean, you just admired my ring. I got this myself, but I'm just asking.
Mm-hmm. I think I definitely, once I was in the doghouse, I tried to do some things and,
Nothing ever really worked.
Nah. But let me say this. What the hell was I going to say? Well, whatever didn't work, when those things, those relationships come and they go, I mean, it's all like a learning process and a growing process.
Yeah, sure.
And because it all happened, I can honestly say, like right now, I am truly happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels really, there's a song actually on my album. The first song on the album is called Be Myself Again.
What's the album called again?
The album is called Hurricane. It's in stores right now. The first single, I Want to Be Loved, which you so graciously mentioned.
We love that song.
Thank you. It did really well.
Yes.
We're about to go for the next single, which is Pretty Baby.
Yeah.
Pretty Baby lyrically is just, it's directed towards women who have low self-esteem.
Yes.
And,
Were you inspired by anyone that we know to write that song? Because somebody that we both know has always struck me as, well, a little to the left of center. Just a little to the left of center. That's it.
Let me say this. I think just being a man who's lived and seen a lot in his life, I think I've come to an understanding that when people are screwy in their head or a little left of center, as you say, oftentimes basically the pillar of all that dysfunction is being some kind of insecurity.
Okay.
And so I think this song in particular was directed towards women who have insecurity.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you listen to it, it's like basically anybody who feels less of themselves than what they are. Just this beautiful child of God.
I can imagine your audience is full of mostly women and mostly couples. You strike me as a very heterosexual man, I might add.
Really?
And
that's good.
And I don't see you as having a large gay following. Do you?
Honestly, I think you're right. When in my shows, it's usually couples and women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for coming by.
It was truly a pleasure.
And Harry, he's not getting alimony. He's doing it for himself. And this is friend to the show, Eric Benet. Hurricane is the CD. It's in stores now. Where can they go to look at your tour dates?
Go to, check this out. By the way.
What?
Was that you on MySpace? Like, I'm on MySpace.
Talking about drugs?
No, I wasn't. No, but somebody sent me a friend request, and they said it was Wendy Williams, but there's a lot of people that say they're who they are.
But here's the deal: I am part of the 10% of the population. I wouldn't even know how to turn on a computer.
Okay, got you. So that's not you.
Yeah, no.
Right.
That's somebody else.
So I sent you a message like, "Hey, what's up, Wendy?"
Well,
I'm like,
there's
"Dang,
a porn star named Wendy Williams.
No, it was a picture of you, though.
How dare they?
Exactly. Oh, last time I went on MySpace, there's like 7 Eric Benets. So
wow.
But people can reach me at ericbenet.net.
Yes.
Or if you do the MySpace thing, you can do myspace.com/ebenet. /.
But is there a listing of the tour dates?
Yeah, the tour dates are on ericbenet.net.
Okay, there you go. He's touring.
Yeah.
He's single. He's luxuriating.
Don't masturbate too often.
No, and he's not really thinking about sex as much as you all think.
Go figure.
He's moving on.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Eric.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
It's Wendy, man.
You had a caller call in once and ask, how do you not get crack lip when you chiefing?
Yes.
Tell them to roll a filter up in their stuff and they'll be all right.
Thank you.
Wow. You're welcome.
I mean, they thank you.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS presents the WBLS Diet Pepsi Getaway and Play Trip a Day. Get aboard JetBlue Airways and be our guest.
Hey, this your man Steve Harvey. I want you to be our guest March 30th through April 2nd at the luxurious 5-star El Conquistador Resort and Country Club in Puerto Rico, man.
Lose yourself in the vibrant beauty of this grand hotel.
Perched on a 300-foot cliff overlooking the Atlantic and Caribbean Ocean. Now, you hear me now? 300-foot cliff. Don't go over to the edge here. Mess around, slip. Can't come back to the house. Other than that, we're going to have a nice time. Get yourself pampered and all that. Join us on the 72-par Arthur Hill Golf Course with stunning ocean views, Puerto Rico, for the Steve Harvey Celebrity Charity Golf Classic.
With only a limited amount of golf packages left, so sign up for your foursome today.
And dance the night away at Wendy Williams Fiesta Caliente.
Presented by Valley Soda Fitness. Meet your potential and the Universal Circus.
Listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show each weekday morning at 7:15 a.m. He'll let you know when to call in to win. Be the correct caller and pack your bags. Presented by Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail. Back at the Beacon Theater, May 9th through May 14th.
Washington Mutual and Stephanie Cohen Designs.
Okay, guys, hello. There's a 4-to-1 ratio of women to men going on the trip to Puerto Rico. If you know what I mean, men, we need you. Don't miss out.
Come on, y'all. Let's go to Puerto Rico.
The WBLS Trip a Day Getaway.
For more info, log on to WBLS.com.
Courtesy of Diet Pepsi. Light, crisp, refreshing. And the station giving you fun in the sun. 107.5 WBLS.
What's really good, everybody? 29 minutes after 4 in the big city. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon. Thank you so much for spending it here with the Wendy Williams Experience on WBLS. I do appreciate it. They say it's supposed to be a pretty damn nice weekend, except it's going to be cold, but it's still winter, so we have to focus. It's still winter, but spring is right around the corner, and it's nice. And that rain that we got earlier today, don't complain, because if it was any colder, that would have been more snow, you know? Let me talk to you about St. Ives 24-hour moisturizer. You only need to moisturize one time a day with it. If you're like a lot of people, you carry moisturizer in your handbag, in your car, in your desk at work. You don't have to do all that. You get one moisturizer, you put it on one time, and it works all day long. Write this name down. St. Ives, that's the brand. The lotion is called 24-hour moisturizer. It works all day. It retains the moisture in your skin all day. No need to reapply. It absorbs fast. It's not greasy. It's not like other lotions that are so damn greasy. And the grease transfers onto your clothes. Next thing you know, your beautiful silk blouse, you got a spot. It looks like you spilled water, but in actuality, it's grease. Yeah. And the achieved effect of the 24-hour moisturizer is soft, supple skin. St. Ives is an official sponsor of the U.S. ski and snowboard team. St. Ives, we got it all over the place. I love St. Ives. So, you know, check out the St. Ives 24-hour moisturizer today. Thank you. Okay, so shout out to Uptown Princess. She says, Wendy, how you doing? And mind you, I know Uptown Princess. Well, just through, I'm familiar with your name. And so, you know, you either tell it like it is, good, bad, or indifferent. She says, Wendy, how you doing? She says, there's some pictures circulating on the internet of you and Mary J. Blige. Wendy, you have on a low-cut black dress showing massive cleavage. A word of advice, Wendy, soften your look, please. You look like you're about to give some dude a body slam in the ring. You look like a professional wrestler, much like China. Very masculine and drag queenish. Not cute, honey. But it is what it is. Uptown Princess, I can't do anything about how I transfer in pictures. In person, perhaps I don't look as hard, but the fact of the matter is I'm 5 feet 11 inches tall, you know, and just a few shy of 200 pounds even. So it is what it is. I am who I am. I can't be anything different. So, but thank you, Uptown Princess, for telling it like you see it. And actually, you know what? Shout out to Jamie Foster Brown, who, you know, her magazine, Sister to Sister, they feature a bunch of pictures from the Dons and Divas extravaganza, which I absolutely love. Uptown Princess, I see what you mean. You know what? I think I'm going to do away with the eyelashes. I think eyelashes really harsh it. Like, I got my own eyelashes. I don't even know why I go through it. It's just kind of protocol. Like when you're dressing up for a big to-do and you have a makeup artist and a hair person, of course you're going to put on eyelashes. But you know what? I'm not doing any more eyelashes, because no matter what shape eyelash we use, whether they're longer or short, no matter what they are, they always look too much. I'm not tucking my boobs in. Please. I paid good money for these. I grew up a flatsy, and I am still not over the boobs. They remain front and center. I am not deflating hair. Forget about it. I had thin hair all my life, and now I found out I can buy more and tease it up and be like the grass greener on the other side. F you. The hair and the boobs stay. But the eyelashes... Thank you, Uptown Princess. I see what you mean, girl. Mary can use better moisturizer. Her skin looks cracky.
Ow.
Bobby Brown is standing on a table and dancing. Honey, you look handsome. He's going to be mad. Picture all up on blast. Anyway, thank you, Uptown Princess, for your suggestion. No, I did not hear the MTV or see the MTV interview with Nas and Jay-Z. I'm like over the whole, you know, like it is what it is, and they can call it a partnership. I call it something different, and I'm just not that interested. About the back talk of why and how, and I'm not following it like that. Are you guys? If you are, please feel more than free to bring that to the forefront. You can squeeze it in with the rest of the show, because we still have to talk about Heather Locklear and Foxy Brown and Obi Trice and Kanye West and Jamie Foxx. And we still have to talk about Rolanda Watts and the Clintons and Fantasia and Terrence Howard. What have we been doing for the last 2.5 hours? We haven't talked about any of this. Crap. We need to play some more commercials and get back to the chit chat. All right. It's Wendy till 7 on WBLS.
Afternoons at 2. It's the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
There's no accounting for women's taste in thugs. I mean, I myself thought that I was going to outgrow that whole thing. I thought it was just a passing phase. You know, I remember, growing up and stuff and always loving them boys, Long Branch. I tried to, date to bring home something that, I thought I was supposed to. That didn't work out. Then I ended up meeting this boy from Brownsville. And 7 years later, we're still married. And it is what it is.
Well, you're lucky.
Well, I don't know. Now I have to spend my life being called Yo. You know what I'm saying? Yo. You know what I mean?
Miss a day, miss a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wendy Williams Experience. 107.5 WBLS.
Okay, hey everybody. We're about to talk about the celebrities and stuff, but first, let me just go to Mercedes on line number 2. Wants to make a quick comment about Eric Benet. Go ahead, Mercedes. Mercedes,
hello.
Go ahead. Make a quick comment about Eric Benet. Hi, it's Wendy.
Wendy, how are you?
Good.
Wendy, I was just wondering, I just found it comical that Eric Benet is singing songs about women's self-esteem.
Yeah, well.
How interesting did you find that?
Well, when in fact you could say that he's part of the teardown.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
And you let him just walk out of your studio, huh?
That was the second time being here, Mercedes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said that during the interview. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
we believe me, we covered the Halle Berry thing. It is in best of rotation. This time around, you understand what I'm saying?
No, I totally understand.
Okay, do you understand this? Miss a day, miss a lot? Okay, good. All right, bye, Mercedes. Line number 3 is Doug. Thanks, Mercedes. Have a good weekend. Doug is on line number 3. He's 30, and you want to comment about Doug?
Wendy, how you doing?
How you doing?
First of all, Wendy, I got to thank you. You gave me some good advice on Wednesday.
Thank you, Doug.
No, seriously, you're my friend in my head on a lot of days and keep me laughing.
Thanks,
and I guess I'm just annoyed about people always talking to you about your image being so hard. I think, like you say on your website with that bobblehead out, it is what it is. I mean, I think you look good and you keep it like fresh and fun that way. I like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I can only be who I am, I mean,
but you do a good job of that, and I'm hoping that you're going to do something in Jersey for your George Vasselli champagne or something like that.
Oh, please! You know what? Fedway Imports is going to be distributing it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I have to get in touch with the people at Fedway and let them know, be ready for the liquor stores and the catering halls and everybody be calling. Fedway Imports is going to be the company that's distributing, and now I want to ascertain what date Fedway is taking delivery on the champagne so I can let all the liquor stores and all...
Yeah, and I hope because you'll do something and keep it fun and keep it fresh.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Like, you are my friend in my head, and thank you for your advice. And just do it for me one more time for the weekend. I said, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Bye, Doug.
Girl.
Listen to what I just got, you guys. It's really weird. Shout out to Kia in Long Island. She says, Wendy, can you please talk about Terrence Howard right away because I have to go to class. Okay, Kia, you can't believe I was going to talk about Terrence Howard. I told you guys in the beginning of the show. And what I was going to say about him is that, well, first of all, he's Academy Award nominated. And he's got another reason to celebrate. He's teamed up with the Chrysler Group to customize one of them Jeep Commanders that Jeep has especially put out on the market for Negros. You can always tell a Negro mobile because, just like the Liberty. The Liberty was originally a Negro mobile. And also, what is that other thing? Is that the Scone? Scion. The Scion is another one of them cars. But I hear what Chrysler's doing. I say. So now Terrence Howard is going to team up with a famed designer by the name of Ralph Giles. And the two of them are going to build a bumper-to-bumper Jeep Commander. And it's going to be shown at the 37th annual, you ready for this one? NAACP Image Awards. See? And that's in Los Angeles on February 25th. And then it's going to be auctioned off for charity. The proceeds are going to benefit a fund for minority students to study the automotive design business. So Terrence says, here's his quote, Terrence Howard. This is a bit like living out a dream while helping someone conceive their vision. As much as you love your car, there's always something that you'd like to add. So it's going to be fun. Doing this under the direction of Daimler Chrysler designer Ralph Giles. So that's what I was going to say about Terrence. And about 15 minutes ago, I get a delivery and it's flowers and they're beautiful and they're from Terrence Howard. And he was at the Dons and Divas extravaganza. Did I tell you that he whispered in my ear that we need each other? Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice. He was like, it's so nice to meet you. I was like, it's nice to meet you too. He said, we need each other. We're good for each other's business. I said, yeah, I see where you're getting. Only at one point I thought he was trying to smooth me over and tell me, you be good to me and I be good to you or something like that. Because he said, Wendy, I've worked hard for 20 years to get here. And, I need you in my corner. And I was like, yeah, well, I've worked hard 20 years to be here too. And I need you. All aspects of you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I couldn't front, not even at my own party. Come on. He said I've worked hard for 20 years. It was almost like I think he thought that I just somehow landed on the radio like 3 minutes ago, which I realized that it's okay. I don't expect people to follow, my professional career. But if you don't know, I worked hard 20 years professionally, and 4 in college, 24 years. I started like from my beginning. Oh, hell, I don't want to talk about the grouping of listening to New York radio and taping it in high school. Come on. I worked hard too. Hello. And your scandal is my payday. I'm sorry, Terrence, but it is what it is. But look, the car, and that was, by the way, something good that I just said about Terrence, and I was not expecting flowers. I love you, Terrence. Good luck with the Oscar. He says, Dear Wendy, thank you so very much for the kindness and support that you've shown me. Your thoughts and encouragement mean the world to me and have changed my life. Forever grateful, Terrence Howard. I think that's very sweet. I think it's very nice. And your flowers have made my day. But, yeah, ... However, and it is what it is. Thank you. So they say now that Heather Locklear is single and Tommy Lee is single, and his real true feelings have always been Heather is the one that got away, because they were married for 8 years before Pam Anderson and Tommy, and Heather's the one that got away. Like he wasn't ready to give her up. So they say that he's, trying to wrangle his way in there, and wow. But I love you, Terrence. All sides of you. Yeah, all sides. But you can't possibly expect me to give up what I do solely in support of what you do. Yeah, we need each other. You're right. You said it perfectly at the party. I need you, and you need me. I love you, Terrence. Hey, everybody, we continue gossiping next. Man.
My boyfriend and I have been dating for about 4 months now, and first time we had sex, he could not get it up at all.
Maybe it's drinking. Is he a drug user? Does he take any depressants or anything?
No, nothing.
Maybe it's how you do it.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Yeah, hi. My name is James.
Hi, James.
Wendy, I called yesterday to make the correction about Angela Bofield, a song.
Yes.
The 2 guys that called in, the Let Me Be Your Angel, that was by Stacey Lattice song.
Yes.
The Angel itself, that was by Angela Winbush solo.
Oh, okay.
When she was now today, the Sergio Mendes,
yes,
Never Gonna Let You Go, that was a ballad. The disco, now we on the upbeats, that was I'll Tell You. I know you remember that.
Yes.
I'll Tell You Where You Have to Go, oh baby, 1979.
Yes, wow,
on Electra
James.
Records.
You are a crow.
Because he did the real thing before that. Stevie Wonder wrote that disco, the early, like about 1977. The biggest one was I'll Tell You, 1979. It was on Electra Records. Wendy?
Yes, James.
And Wendy, one more thing. And when you mentioned the Try It Out, that was by Gino Sucio. I'm familiar with a lot of music.
Okay. Thank you, James.
All right, thanks. Have a good evening.
We love you for listening. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Got him. This it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Yo, what's up? This is the Flow Assist.
This is the songstress.
And you're listening to the Wendy Williams Experience.
And we're not gay.
Truly, Wendy, I know you're interested, but we're not.
How you doing? Hey, everybody. Okay, so what do you make of Foxy Brown? They say she underwent the ear surgery and she's in the process of recovering. And Jay-Z's doing the talking. He says, and this is his quote, she just had an operation in Los Angeles and hopefully within the next couple of weeks, her hearing will slowly come back. According to her doctors, Foxy lost her hearing in both ears because of a condition called sudden sensorineural hearing loss. It's a rare condition that, if it's untreated, remains permanent. So the recovery time is expected to be brief, but of course, Of course, the recovery for this is not going to be, say 275 days, because that by then Kim will be out of jail, and it'll be brief, as in tomorrow. CD will be out by April 15. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Well, good luck, Foxy. If this is all true. That's great. I would love to hear the new Foxy Brown CD. You know who I saw, speaking of Rockefeller? I saw Memphis Bleak last night. Hey, Memphis, I saw you. Bleak, whose career is bleaker. I saw you last night. You were over at Dyer Street, right outside the Lincoln Tunnel, heading east. And I was heading towards the tunnel, taking my behind back to Jersey, where it belongs. I was going to beat, but I said, I mean,
That where? Back there.
I'd rather be a silent observer, just observe from afar. Like, there he go. Hey, happy birthday, Bobby Brown. He's 37 years old. And so Whitney, according to the Globe magazine, had a big party for him, complete with 10 sexy strippers. Whitney thought it was hilarious. Of course, he was thrilled. Could you do that for your man? I could. With the strippers, with no thought and nothing. Just, fun, really nice, fun, gesture. Happy birthday, Bobby Brown. It's just him, y'all. Hey, Whitney. I guess you were in charge of the invites, huh? I wonder if Bobby would have invited me. Who knows? Anyway, let's move on. Fantasia. Okay, so her second album is in the works. She began working on that this week, and she says that, she's bringing something different this year, everybody. She says she fell in love with a lot of people while promoting Free Yourself. And she says that Kanye West has already promised her something. Maroon 5 has already promised her something. She failed to get down with the Dreamgirls project, but she's going to have and she just turned 21. So she's got a lot of other things going on. She just got off tour with Kanye. So while she was on tour, that's when she made him promise to help her out. So, good luck, Fantasia. I was just going to try to let that whole Fantasia break slip by without saying anything remotely, And now the drill. So, let me see. Let's go to line number 1. Rochelle, hold on. Be patient with me for a moment, just okay?
Okay.
Hi, it's Wendy. Let me just tell everybody about Obi Trice, and then we're going to get to you. I see, Rochelle, that you have a relationship problem, and you're 21.
I do. Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. So Obi Trice, everybody, is back with his first recorded material since he was shot in the head on New Year's. What is the 31st? New Year's Eve day. Yeah, he was shot in the head. Remember, he was driving with his girl and he was shot in the head. Well, on the track, They Want to Kill Me, which is what it's called. Obi, you kept your funny bone. Obi pokes fun at the detractors who tried to take him out on that Detroit freeway. He cites jealousy as the main factor for the shooting. He delivers in a very sarcastic style. Here's one of the lines that he says: "I ain't mad at you, dog. You get money from the streets. I get money from Billboard." I guess it's supposed to be dog, billboard. Yeah. Or dog, billboard. And then later in the track, he says, "Bullet by my brain right. A couple more inches, it might have been a night. But Almighty wasn't ready for, Trice." Okay, perhaps my delivery isn't, very rapturous-like, but you get the idea. Good luck, Obi Trice. And, while I'm talking, there's a rapper who I've never heard of before. But, you know, when I read about your story, I was like, wow. Oh, gosh, I can't even find where it is. Guy from Brooklyn, BMW. No, I'll try to find it before the show's over. Anyway, Rochelle, how can I help you?
Hi, Miss Wendy.
Hi, Rochelle. Thank you for being patient.
Oh, no problem. I've been calling for 3 days, and I think Whitley dissed me. But anyway, I wanted to say happy Friday, and I love you. And my birthday present to myself this year is going to be the Dons and Divas extravaganza.
Wow!
Because I'm turning 21.
Wow!
And I cannot wait. I'm going to feel so honored in your presence.
Oh, well, that is terrific. I'm glad. Hey, listen, when is your actual birthday? When did you say it was?
Well, my actual birthday is in April.
Oh, in April.
Yeah,
Good.
But I promised myself very early in the year. I told myself last year this was going to be my birthday thing.
Yeah, we're doing something on the cusp of spring, summer.
Oh, are you really?
I believe that's what question mark has in mind.
Oh, I'm going to definitely check that out.
Well, thank you, Rochelle.
Okay, and I also had a relationship problem.
Okay, go ahead.
My best friend was speaking to a guy who she actually became really good friends with, and so did I. And he was in a relationship, so she felt like she needed something to distract her as well. So she kind of got into a relationship with someone, and he has since broken off that relationship.
With her or with his girlfriend?
With his girlfriend.
Okay, so now he's free.
And so he's free, but being that my best friend is really good friends with him, and I'm also really good friends with him, you know, I kind of just played the mediator all this time, and stick through it, and don't wait around for him. If he breaks up with her, don't expect to be
get to the point.
So within all of this, he started to hit on me, and I'm not ugly, and I'm not gorgeous, but I'm definitely a decent looking girl, and I'm nice, and I'm a really great friend and everything. So to me, honestly, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I think I'm a better choice for him physically and sexually because we're freaks on the same level.
Okay, see, I was thinking you were going to say, I don't want him, he's disgusting, but instead you want him. And so what's your question to me? How do you...
My question to you is it okay to cross that line with him, being that my friend isn't really interested in him and he's no longer interested in her?
She's going to immediately become more interested in him when she finds out that you are. Maybe. There's always that possibility. You know, things never look as good until you can't have them anymore. And so, I don't know. I mean, why do you want him at all? I mean, with all the men out there, if you're such a dime piece like you say, and I'm not dissing, I'm just repeating what you said. If you were such a dime piece, then why is it that you have to settle for this guy right here to just F up the whole cipher of friendships? Leave him alone.
You think I should?
Alone.
Okay. Because, I was interested in him before, but I would never cross that line being that she was interested in him, but then she wasn't anymore.
Listen, you're 21. If let me just say this. Friends will come and go in your life. You're lucky if you keep one really, really good, solid, that is your years friends. In other words, there's a chance that when you're 41, this girl won't even be your friend, and neither will this guy. So if you're ready to lose the friendship over some trifling mess, then go ahead. And I'm talking about both friendships, because he's not going to stay with you either.
I'm not expecting that. I think if I...
You just want to have sex.
Cross that line.
Okay. All right. Well, do what you want, but I just told you your options. All right, bye. Thanks, Rochelle. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I so am disappointed. I thought she was going to say, he's disgusting. I don't care. But she's like, he's a freak like me. I bet she says a tongue piercing. Like you then. Okay. Line number 5 is Latrell. Then we have to talk about the Clintons. Hi, Latrell. I see you're 28 and you were at the Dons and Divas extravaganza.
Yes, I had a ball. I want to tell you that the Painted Girls were fabulous. I was hating, but not in a bad way. I was just like, I wish I could do that. But anyway, Wendy, I want to tell you that, one, I'm a teacher, and I know this is totally off the subject, but I just want to say to parents out there, please stop sending your bird flu, Ebola children to school
sick. Yes.
I have children of my own. I don't want your children snotting over me, sneezing on me. I was out of work for like 2 weeks because one of my kids just like sneezed on me, and I had to eat Ebola.
Excuse me, but I had to work, so my child has to go to school with a cold. I have no child care.
I mean, I'm not saying just a cold sneeze, yeah, but when you got snot and mucus and your eyes are running.
Well, you're the teacher. Can you please grab a tissue and wipe it up?
I do. I'm not like that.
Thank you.
But, I have my own kids to go home too.
I understand that, but you should have thought about that before you chose the teaching profession.
True. I need the money, but what I can say. But anyway, another thing, Wendy.
I was just trying to play.
When do you want to have the Dons and Divas in studio? I'm a teacher, and we love you. We be sneaking, listening to the radio. I got my kids talking about how you doing. And what happened to the in studio series? It was so fabulous.
Oh, you know what? Once we got syndicated, it became not fair to everybody to have the.
But so what? You're in New York. Who cares about them?
Yeah, well, I do. I do.
Sorry, people on the outside, but
I'm sorry. Wait, shout out to everybody in Louisiana. Shout out to Memphis. Shout out to everybody in South Carolina. Shout out to everybody listening in Hartford and Philly and whatnot. Before I was syndicated, I used to have the Dons and Divas First Fridays lunch, where I would have cater, and the dusty studio behind me. I always talk about my broken studio, but I love working here. Shout out to all my bosses at BLS. Don't be mad and give me the screw face when I talk about the studio, because it is what it is.
But can we just do one on the low, like in the 7 o'clock hours?
Well, here's the thing. We used to have like 20, 25 people in the studio and get like the greens and the macaroni, the full-blown food. Yeah. We used to have red velvet cake and everything, and it would be like a studio audience in the other room. They'd be watching and here as I'm doing the show. But once we became syndicated, it wasn't fair, because then nobody else was able to come in and enjoy it. And it's kind of like how it had to be. And then,
sucks to be them.
Well, no, I know, but here's the rest of it. The same studio that we were using for the Dons and Divas First Friday's lunch, I'm very happy to announce that my radio station is turning it into the Wendy Williams Steve Harvey broadcast studio. So we have our very own studio, me and Steve. It's going to be right there. If you've ever been, everybody else, to the Dons and Divas lunch, just know that your room is turning into our studio. I have no idea when it'll be ready. Hollywood, do you have a date on when the new broadcast studio will be ready?
6 years.
No, come on, don't be so negative.
Wendy, one more thing. My mother says you need Jesus, but what does she know? She goes to bingo after church. That's all I want to say.
Tell your mother I said, how you doing?
All right. How you doing? You have a nice weekend, girl.
Take care. Bye-bye, Latrell. All right, you guys. Apparently, we're running low on this break, so... Oh. That was called radio reflux. A little bit of that last break just came up. I need a Rolaids. 866-GET-WENDY. Okay, let's see. We've covered Terrence Howard. We covered Fantasia. We covered Obie Trice. We covered Foxy Brown. That means, because I have to at least finish the menu that I lay out for you at the beginning of the show. Okay, so in our next break together, we're going to talk about Bill and Hillary. We've got to talk about Rolanda Watts. We've got to talk about Kanye West arguing with Jamie Foxx. And we've got to... Oh, and we got to go. All right, so keep it where you got it, everybody. Thank you.
Wendy, man.
This show is crazy. Just make sure it stays broadcast right here, because it's crazy. Everybody I know loves it, even my mother.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hey, everybody. Are you good on what I was asking you about regarding Fedway?
No, I'm still taking phone calls.
Okay, have somebody else take phone calls, because that Fedway is more important. Chanel, can you take the phone calls? Thanks, Shaniqua.
They also
I didn't say I wasn't giving away tickets. They're listening wrong. You guys are listening wrong. I didn't say I was giving away tickets for anything today. And Puerto Rico, we already discussed it earlier. There are no tickets to be given away. But if you listen to Steve Harvey at 7:15 weekday mornings, he tells you what time, and then we've started following the directions of what Steve says, as opposed to just giving them away when we're ready. So if Steve says, 2:15, then we're on it. All right, within a 10-minute reasonable window. This hour of This Mess is being brought to you by Aveeno Lip Care. Aveeno Lip Care. And if you're interested in purchasing trips to Puerto Rico, 888-212-4534. It's 888-212-4534. Thank you. And that's where you call Sheer Travel. Oh, Plantanos and Collard Greens starts tomorrow at the Florence Gould Hall, 59th Street between Park and Madison. This is a great play. It's about love between Black and Latino. And it's going to make you laugh, cry, and most of all, make you think. This is, I think, the second or third time this play is back in town, and each time is just resoundingly successful. The Florence Gould Hall is the place to be. February 18th, which is tomorrow, and then another show February 25th. Now, if they don't fit into your schedule, look on the website for Florence Gould Hall because there are a few shows in March as well. All right? Okay, very good. What I would like to do is just continue with this break because at the top of the hour, we have a full hour together, you all. It's 27 minutes after 5. We'll play some commercials. We'll play, some music, and then we'll come back and what was
play
that?
Some LL Cool J. Oh, that song?
Yeah. All right. And don't forget, Vaughn is coming up at 7 on 107.5 WBLS.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
I have a confession I want to share.
Okay, and your confession, John?
I have a huge crush on Takara.
John,
She's beautiful.
She is gorgeous. And
but that Ashley Stewart, they didn't have to kick her out for that Takara special.
Do you want her to be your girlfriend?
Honestly, yeah.
You got to stand in line behind Trev Hollywood here on the show. And he's got to stand in line behind Dr. Ian.
Dr. Ian's married. Thank God he is. I cook spaghetti. I know her favorite food.
What is her favorite food?
Spaghetti.
I think I found the killer, everybody. Everybody, you can now rest. The killer is on the phone. Ladies in the mall, scurry to your car. I'll occupy him so that you can get to your car safely. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, not you.
This it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Shout out to the Tall Stallion loyal listener. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Okay, so Bill, apparently, and Hillary Clinton have renewed their vows, and she's thrown in a post-nuptial agreement saying that, first of all, you will support me in my bid to run for president of this country. Second of all, should you cheat on me, because you will not disgrace the White House when I am the president the way you did when you were the president. So should you cheat on me, the post-nuptial agreement allegedly says, you will have to pay millions to me to end the marriage immediately with a full-blown apology on your part, Bill. Bill signed off on it, allegedly, and he also gave her a brand new wedding set, which includes a dazzling 3-carat, and this looks like an emerald cut ring. So there he is. There they are. All the romance gone. It's now down to business. And speaking of romance, on Valentine's Day, I did tell you guys that Mostef spent the day in court arguing with his baby's mother, Dante. Excuse me, that's his real name. Arguing with his baby's mother. What's her name? Maria. Well, that's his ex-wife. Apparently, they have a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old daughter. They have 2 daughters, and he was ordered to pay $10,000 a month in child support. And I was telling you guys this the other day. Well, this all happened like around the first of the year, and already he's messing up the payment plan because he's only paying $8,000. He only paid $8,000 last month. Of course, this month isn't over, so who knows what he's going to pay. And so immediately, she swiftly jumped into action and went right back to court Your Honor, he's only paying $8,000. We agreed on 10. It was in the law. It was in the court. So he says that he is holding back on $2,000 of that, monthly payment because she also agreed to homeschool the girls. And she's not homeschooling. So apparently she's enrolled them in school. So that extra $2,000, he doesn't want her to pocket to take it over to Prada. It sounds reasonable. This sounds reasonable. The $2,000 a month that he might be putting out for tuition for the two girls was supposed to be, anyway, you understand what I'm saying. And listen to what her attorney said to the judge. I've been seeing him in these commercials. I'm sure he made enough money to pay his child support for the 7 and 8-year-old daughters. The commercials that they're speaking of is the new upcoming movie that Mos Def's in with Bruce Willis, 16 Blocks. How are you trying to count somebody's money based on commercials or what you say? I'm sure even judges understand that all that glitters is truly not gold, and all in the spotlight are not necessarily rich or even near rich. We'll follow that story.
He's also got 3 kids, other kids.
He's got 3 other kids outside their marriage? Before the marriage? Well, apparently they're taken care of because those babies' mothers aren't stepping up. Is it 3 kids by 1 woman?
I don't know how many babies.
Hollywood, do you think we can do maybe a best of on Mos Def sometime soon?
I don't have him though.
You don't have Mos Def?
Nope.
He's been here since you've been here?
Nah, he never been here since I was here.
Damn.
It must have been before that.
Elisa, we need Mos Def back on the show so that Hollywood can have him in the computer so we can have a best of.
Bring him just for that.
Best of Mos Def. Oh, sure. Why? What other reason would there be? Nicole's on line number 7. Nicole, real quick, one time. What's going on? Hey, Nicole.
All right. Hey, Wendy. I'm a new listener, so take it easy on me.
Okay.
All right. To make a long story short, I was dating this guy from, maybe my junior year of high school to my sophomore year of college. The reason we broke up, I decided to cut it off, was because he wasn't about anything. Like, he was doing drugs, just chasing, I guess.
Yeah.
Didn't want to go to college, was at home with his mom. But now I seen him, let's say in August, and he started going to college. Matter of fact, he'll be graduating this May. He got his own place. He's doing his thing. But during the time we broke up, I had a baby. And the guy that I had a baby with, it was just something that happened. And now it's like we're together just because of the baby. And I was just wondering, should I stick with the guy because I have a child by him? Or should I just go with the guy that I really want to be with?
Are you sure the guy that you really want to be with now wants to be with you?
To be honest, yeah, I believe so. I want to believe so.
Well, what you want to believe and what's actual is not necessarily true. Remember, when you wanted to be with him, when you guys were talking, you kind of thought that he was bumming because he was chiefing and he wasn't in school. And you also had no baby.
Right.
Now he's graduating from school and about to hopefully be something. And you have, while I'm sure your baby is gorgeous, a bit of a snafu going on.
A big one, because it's like the guy that I'm with now, my son's father, we both know that we're only together because of the baby. And it wasn't nothing that was even planned.
Okay.
So
I mean, if with the guy that you're with, if you're only together because of the baby, that's not enough. So therefore, plan on that one crashing and burning. If not soon, then eventually, and sooner than later. Wow. So you should plan on your child support. And as far as the guy who has straightened up his life and just graduated from college, the chances of him wanting to be with you, well, I don't know. You'll have to speak to him about it. What you believe in your mind or what you would like to believe could be 2 different things. Let me see. I have 3 men in the room. Out of you 3 men, which one, raise your hand if you are moving on. 2. Oh. 3, but the third one was very reluctant. Raise your hand if after having a conversation with her, you might consider being with her.
Even though I have a kid.
One raised their hand. So what you need to do is you need to first straighten out your situation with the person that you're living with, because living with some baby's father from a one-night stand and having the baby, I say definitely I don't want to be with you. If you just had the baby and you had no other complications regarding, living with, having a breakup relationship, then I'd say, there's a chance. But you got too much crap going on right now. You got to straighten out the crap. And the first thing you straighten out before even approaching the guy, the one with the college degree, you got to straighten things out with your baby's father. You said you all are living together, so you got to, figure out how.
Yeah, but our main reason, and I'm not going to take up all your time.
No, because I have to go. There's my walking music. You got 30 seconds.
Okay, our main reason for being together is because in both of our situations, our parents broke up. So we're both from, separated homes. So we said we're going to do this. We're going to try to make it work. Okay. So just step away.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because you're not there for anything other than for the baby, and that's not enough.
Oh, well, all right, Wendy.
Well, I'm sorry. What did you say?
No, thanks a lot.
You're Nicole, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and you're 24. Yeah, Nicole, it's time to, plan what's going to happen with you tomorrow, because today is not popping.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.
All right, you guys, I got to go. I love you for listening today. Thank you so much to Eric Benet for coming in for the second time on the Wendy Williams Experience and shedding light on your thing, and good luck with your worldwide tour. And for the rest of you, God willing, we'll be together again on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Party people. See you later. 'Cause I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Program complete.
They're gone, but we have another hour. All right. Shout out to Aaron on line number 2 from Connecticut. Aaron, if you can hang on for 9 minutes, I'll come right to you, okay? Shout out to Michael on line number 3. If you can hang on for 9 minutes, I'll come right to you. And there's another Nicole waiting, and she's on line number 6. Nicole, if you hang on, I'll be right at you. And the bonus hour, everybody, is 9 minutes away on the Wendy Williams Experience, 107.5 WBLS.
Hey, if you missed the Steve Harvey Morning Show, here is some of what you missed. Please put your hands together for my old friend, my man, Jaheim. Yeah! Hey. What's up, money?
Good news, man. Out in the stores, man, I'm happy. I feel like I got another seed in the world.
And you got on the most iron shirt I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could iron a shirt this good in the morning.
No wrinkles at all. Brother right here be holding me down, this big brother Steve.
Oh, yeah? You went on, got him pressed up for this morning. You actually look like the hip-hop version of Steve Harvey. Because if I was hip-hop, I'd have that shirt on iron that hard.
Now, that's true right there. You're doing big things right there.
I got it for you, dog. I
would have thought today was Valentine's Day.
That's what I do. Right every day with a player is Valentine's Day.
Every day.
Yeah, ask the home wrecker here.
Start your day with the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
So make sure you're checking us out tomorrow morning from 6 to 10
on 107.5 WBLS.
Judge Joe Brown takes on New York every day at 3 p.m. only on NBC4.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Would you stay with your significant other if they were suffering from suicidal depression, ... and needed electroshock therapy? You're with your kids and you open up the front door and he's dangling from the stairwell with your Gucci belt around his neck. Oh, gosh, we've been out all day today. Yes, Mommy, and thank you so much for the skates. And thank you for my new Bratz doll. Yeah, Ma, and thank you for my new Hot Wheels. Listen, kids, can you hold the bags while Mommy goes in her bag and gets her keys? My goodness. Oh, my gosh, and it's about to be dark. As soon as we get inside, I want you to take your clothes off for your bath. I need you to help your sister. I got to start dinner. Oh, gosh, the door is open. What? Oh, my God. Oh, Mommy. Mommy. Mommy, Daddy. Hell no.
When you with somebody for 20 years.
Oh, Oh, shut up.
You just up and leave?
No, you catch up on your production so that I have a little time to find a new producer. Crazy.
Got him. This is it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man. Since you've been listening this far, we're going to throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour gonna last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you, I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby. Hey, yo, check this out. It's Wendy, man. Here it is. It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
Yay. Hey, lovely. I'm sure the other people are probably so mad. I never talked about Kanye West and Jamie Foxx's beef, and I never got a chance to talk with them about Rolando Watts. I could tell them the stories Monday. I'm going to be here Monday, President's Day. Are you guys working, majority of you? We got a great people poll question I'm going to give the results to on Monday. It's, are you watching the Winter Olympics? I'll explain why I asked that question in just a moment. I don't want to have these people holding anymore. Line 3 is Michael, and he's 25. Michael?
Yeah.
Okay, turn your radio down. Hi, it's Wendy.
Well, how you doing?
Good. I see you're calling from Rockland County.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a question for you.
Yeah, regarding your relationship. I see the part of the problem already.
All right. Well, let me just explain it. I dealt with this girl in college.
Okay.
And we had a real bad breakup.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Then we got back together and broke up. But it was really bad.
Oh.
I went down to Pennsylvania where I started hearing your show again.
Okay.
And then I came back to New York a couple years, like a year ago. And I met up with her sister, but I didn't know it was her sister. And we've been dealing with each other for about 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
And then she introduced me to her sister, which is the girl I dealt with in college.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should tell her or not.
Well, didn't your ex-girlfriend from college have any visual or verbal commentary to let her sister know? Oh my God! Like my mouth would have dropped to the floor.
Well, not that I realized. Now you see it right there. But the thing is that I still haven't gotten over her sister. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she didn't say anything to her sister. She just told me that, you know.
Can I tell you something?
What happened?
I mean, I understand, you sound like a forthright guy, and you did not realize that you were dating her sister. And I'm just talking as a sister. If I was dating some guy in college, and then unbeknownst to him, he meets up with another lovely woman who turns out to be my big sister, Wanda, it's the code of the sisters. Neither one of us are dealing with you. Because now if I go on to marry you and have kids and stuff, my sister's had my man. So it's a wrap, Michael. I don't know what your question is, but I can't get beyond why would either one of the sisters want to deal with you. And it's not your fault. It's just the code of the sisters. At least that would be the code between me and my sister. I don't know how other sisters, work it out. But me and my sister have a very loving relationship, thick as thieves. And you would be odd man out. And we wouldn't hate you for it because you did it innocently, but it is the way it is. Thank you, Michael. Bye-bye. All right, line number 6 is Nicole. She's 32, 7-year relationship. You want to get you want to get married, it says?
Well, we are planning on getting married.
But you have negative thoughts, and you said that you need help. That's what the computer says.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see about getting some extra, just some word of advice if she thinks that I should, if I shouldn't, if I'm just.
No, this is Wendy right here. This is Wendy.
This is Wendy right here.
Yeah.
Hi, girl. How are you?
Good. So Nicole, do you guys have children together?
No, I do have. I have 2 sons.
Mm-hmm. How old are they?
They're about 14 and 12.
You're 32. You have a 14-year-old?
Yes.
Wow. So, do you live with your fiance now?
Yes, we've been living together for over 6 years.
Yes. Are you officially engaged, or are you just talking about marriage?
No, you know what? Okay, I don't actually, I have a ring. I don't wear it because I'm really not into okay, how we were doing it, we were going to get married, have a big wedding, but I don't want that. I just want to do it legally, have God blessings, and that's it, and go ahead on and look to purchase a house. I don't want to put all my money out for a wedding.
Well, that's smart.
So, but it's just that, like, he's so laid back, Wendy. He's a nice guy. He's very sweet.
Are you in love with him?
I am. But he's just like, I don't know. He's like really laid back. Everything. I'm aggressive.
But you knew that. But you knew that when you met him.
Not so much. It's just like he lets me take charge of everything. You know how some men are very laid back.
Yeah.
That's how he is. He's very laid back. But I'm tired of being so aggressive now. I want to be knowing that, okay, if I come home, this and this is taken care of, not because I'm running things, you know.
Yes.
It gets to be tiresome after a while, so he's nice. He doesn't go out. He's a pretty decent guy.
Yeah.
My kids love him. It's just that I don't know if I'm just dragging my feet because I'm just going to settle because we've been together for so long, or should I just, don't worry about him being so laid back
and be happy that you have him? I don't know. So what's your question to me?
It's basically, he's here now too. He's in the other room, so he don't. I'm whispering a little bit. He's in the living room watching TV. See, I'm in here.
You want to put him on the phone?
Hold on one moment, Paul.
Oh, I like that name, Paul.
Come here. Hurry up.
But I don't want to be on the three-way. I want to talk to him by himself.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. You hang up.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. Because I'm on my cell phone. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. This is Wendy Williams. What is Wendy Williams? Okay, sis. Okay, she wants to speak with you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hi, Paul. It's Wendy. How are you?
Yeah, what's going on?
Good. Well, congratulations on your successful relationship with Nicole.
Okay.
She told me that you guys are engaged to be married.
Right.
And there's one concern that she has regarding you. Don't get nervous, Paul. This is nothing terrible.
No, I don't feel it's anything terrible.
She's a little apprehensive because she feels like she has to carry the ball in terms of making decisions and being the aggressor in the relationship. And she loves you and she's in love with you, but she's tired of making all the decisions. Like, the only way she knows things are straight is if she takes care of them. And she kind of wants you to step up to the plate and help her lead the relationship.
I thought I was doing that.
Well, you're not. And she didn't talk about wanting to leave you, but she wants to know whether she's just settling and maybe she should think about leaving, or whether she should stay with you. She said you're loving and you're a wonderful guy. She said, you don't go out. You're a wonderful guy, but she just wishes that you would be more take charge and assertive in the relationship.
Yeah, so, I just feel that where I lack taking control of the situation. She, we both complement each other. It's not just like one side.
That's not what she's feeling.
Well, I mean, that's usually how it is. There's always, one side of the opinion about how you feel your relationship is going.
But her opinion is so one-sided that she is pondering way in the back of her mind, should she marry you? Is she settling? So this is what I want you guys to do, okay, Paul?
Right.
You don't have to put her back on the phone.
Okay.
All you got to do is just hang up. Now that dialogue is open, are the kids at home right now?
No.
Okay, perfect. Now that dialogue is open, as soon as you hang up, you guys talk about it. Don't fight about it, because she does love you.
All right, Wendy.
All right, Paulie, take care.
All right, nice talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, let's go to line number 2. It's Aaron. He's 25 in Connecticut. Aaron, are you still there? Aaron?
Hello?
Oh, what's your name?
Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer. Oh, it's a whole new person. All right, Jennifer. Well, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. I have a question. You mentioned something about the Platinos and Collard Greens show.
Yes.
And you told me the exact website to go to, but I didn't have a pen and paper. I was driving at the time.
Oh, well.
I'm trying to get the tickets for tomorrow.
Call directory assistance for the Florence Gould Hall.
Florence Gould?
Yes, Gould.
Florence Gould Show.
Hall.
Oh, Hall.
Yeah, that's the name of the venue where Plantanos and Collard Greens is showing.
Okay,
all right.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Take care.
Thank you, Jennifer. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Line number 3 is Erica. She's 24. She wants to get out of a long-term relationship and wants to know how to do it. Oh, boy. She wants me to hatch a plan, in other words.
Hello?
Hi, Jen. Erica, you've come to the right place.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
Hi, I have a quick question. I'm in a long-term relationship right now, and I want to get out of the relationship. I've been in that for 5 years, and I just don't know how to do it.
Do you guys live together?
Yes, we do.
Any children?
No kids.
Okay. And you're 24?
I'm 24, yes. We've been together since I was 19.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was in college, and everything was all great.
I
graduated college, and I don't know.
You're ready to move on.
But how do I how do I tell him? I don't want to hurt his feelings, but I care about him so much. It's just, I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Well, I'm glad you don't want to hurt his feelings. That's a good place to be. Do you guys share any names on anything, like a car or anything else?
No, nothing.
Okay.
It's basically been together for 5 years, and now it's just like, I don't want to marry. I don't want to have. Basically, I want to go out and meet other people. That's what I want to do.
And I'm sorry, come back to me. Did you say you're living together?
Yeah, we are.
Whose name is on the lease?
Both of our names.
Well, then you do share something. So when I asked you, do you share anything, then you're supposed to say yes, our apartment.
Well, we share that for now. We've been living together for about a year.
Yeah. So when's the lease up?
It's month to month.
Okay, perfect. So you should tell him this weekend. And where are you going to go next weekend? Because the month is up.
Oh, I can get a place anytime. I basically just go to my family's house and then find my own place. I have a job. I have a bachelor's degree, so.
Perfect. Okay. Do you have anybody to help you move your stuff out?
Yeah, I have family. I have everybody. It's just it's the whole thing. I don't want to hurt his feelings. That's all. I don't know how to do it.
Okay. Well, you sit him down tonight. Why not tonight? You sit him down tonight, and you just look. I mean, to me, you explained it perfectly. We met when I was 19, and I was in college, and now I'm out, and there's a whole world out here. And, while I still love you, I just feel like, you know what? I'm not ready for marriage. I'm not ready to have kids. I want to have fun, and I want to concentrate on my career also. Talk more about your career and seeing the world, and don't ever mention anything about other men or dating.
Okay.
But more like you don't want to be with anybody. Like you really want to get your grown woman on. And a lot of that has to do with, first of all, having your own apartment, not being babied,
Yeah.
and then, your career and girls' nights out, like stuff that you missed out on all through college. You've been with this one guy.
Yeah.
And how old is he?
He's 27.
Uh-oh. Well,
Okay, thank you.
Listen, if you're looking for no heartbreak, there's going to be some heartbreak.
Yeah.
But if you do it the most tactful way, then at least it won't be rested on your conscience.
Okay, thank you. I love your show.
Oh, and one more tip, Erica.
Yeah.
Before you start with the you want to break up, make sure that anything that means... Do you have your own car?
Yes.
Make sure that anything that means anything to you is in the trunk of your car and your keys are in your pocket.
Okay.
Laugh now, but I'm telling you.
Thank you.
Just in case.
All right.
And I'm not talking about him being physically harmful to you. I'm just talking about just in case. Like if your birth certificate, your passport, your grandmother's diamond ring, the scrapbook of you in college, whatever means anything to you. And I'm not talking about couches. I'm talking about small stuff where he doesn't see you putting it out, taking it out of the house and putting it. You know what? You understand?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Your favorite Gucci bag? Well, I know, I hear what you're saying with the butt, but
I'm gonna try to get out of it. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I just don't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, well,
I have a good heart.
There's no avoiding that.
Okay.
But you can at least hurt them not as deeply as other people hurt their soon to be exes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Good luck, Erica. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't want to talk about the breakup of 3LW, line number 7. To Aries, line number 7. This is such old news, and this is so, why? Why are we talking about this?
Hello?
Hi, to Aries.
I was just wanted to know real quick. I know that you had kept in touch with the girl that was kicked out, and I just wanted to know what was going on with her.
That was so long ago, and kept in touch. That was just for the purpose of following that story. It's so long ago, I don't even remember the girl's name.
Oh.
Okay,
bye.
Line number 4 is Jess. All right, right after. Stop taking phone calls. Wait, just for one moment. But thanks, Gina. Hi, Jess.
Hi, Wendy.
How are you? Good. So yes.
Listen, I just first of all want to start off and let you know I'm just so proud of you, and I've been listening to you since forever, and I've just seen how you've evolved, and I just think you're wonderful.
Thanks, Jess.
But I wanted to talk to you today, sister to sister. Okay. I have a little bit of advice. My boyfriend that I'm seeing, I mean, I think he's the person I'm going to marry. But the thing is, you know, he's a good man, he has a good job and all that stuff. He doesn't live in the best part of town. Yeah. I live in a nice part of town. Yeah. So one night when he comes to see me, the cops follow him.
Uh-oh.
And they follow him and they pull him over, and you know that whole driving while black.
Yes.
So, sister to sister, like, how do I support him? You know, it's going to mess with his manhood, his mentality, and all that stuff. How can I support him without babying him? You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, I feel so helpless right now, and I want to try to be there for him.
You're preaching to the choir. I'm glad you mentioned the baby thing, because they don't want that either. Was his insurance, was everything intact?
The insurance was to my address.
Okay.
So, you know, the fact that they even still question him and search and did everything that they did was so uncalled for.
Right.
But, you know, they're not trying to hear that.
Out of curiosity, in New Jersey, what town do you live?
I live in Piscataway.
I mean, let him be a man.
Yeah.
You know, there's really no one answer that I can give you other than, you know, let him be a man. I'm glad to see that you're aware that you know, it's messed with his manhood, and you're also aware that there's a fine line between being supportive and being babied. I mean, that's a great start right there. Perhaps there's certain hours. What hour of the day was it?
Oh, it was early in the morning.
Like what time?
Like 2, 3.
Yeah. Perhaps those times that time of morning, he's not supposed to be coming to see you. I mean, like when we lived in Bergen County, we had this little thing. If we weren't in by 11 o'clock, we'd get a hotel in the city. I mean, it was really like disgusting. I mean, you know, just.
And, you know, I hate that I have to, you know, live my relationship based on.
How long have you been with him?
Over a year.
Yeah, that's not worth moving yet. Because I would say, well, why don't you move to a more racially friendly town? Although that's difficult to find in New Jersey. Hey, Jersey, how you doing? Yeah, I would not move. You've only been together for a year, but he can't come over to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's got to be in by 11, midnight. And if he's not there by then you'll see him the next day, and you're going to have to be understanding of that. If you wanted to, you know, bend the rules like that. I know it's disgusting, but like I said, you're preaching to the choir. White people, I'm sorry, but you know, this is what it's like to be black.
Yeah.
Regardless of your degree.
Right.
This is what it's like to be black.
Right.
And this is what it's like to be a black woman and be with a black man.
Yep.
And it's regardless of degree, income, and all that stuff. Celebrity status or whatever. This is welcome to the blackness. If he's not over at your house by 11, I don't know. I mean, this is what we used to do. You know, if we weren't home by 11, we'd get a hotel in the city.
Stayed out.
Yeah, it's really disgusting. Or, you know what else we do? And you know, not necessarily could you do this, because I couldn't even do it. We charge it to the radio station. But we'd get a car service, you know, and have the driver, you know, take the heat for you know, driving, you know, at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then we got to a point where we'd request a non-black driver for the car service, because we would get black you know, well, they would send drivers who happened to be black, and it'd still be the whole harassment thing. All 3 of us would be out on the side of the road. Yeah, exactly. And the driver's like, what the hell? The driver's, you know, coming from a company over in Queens or Brooklyn or whatever, like, what the hell is going on over here in Jersey? How do you all put up with this?
Yeah.
You know, driver is totally innocent, but you know, yeah, you're going to have to start working with the timetable, I guess, if that works for you. Thanks for calling, Jess. We could talk all day about this. I don't want to. I'm getting flashbacks. not just flashbacks, but current flashes too, because you always have to be aware. That this is what it's like to be black.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you. Bye, Jess.
Bye.
All right, so Kanye West and Jamie Foxx got into this heated argument the night before the Grammys. They were apparently at Clive Davis's pre-Grammy party in Beverly Hills at the hotel. And they got into their argument over how they were going to perform the song Gold Digger. Apparently, Kanye didn't agree with Jamie on how the song should be performed. Kanye walked out of the party. He was so heated. And then ended up returning to, maybe he is how you doing. You know what I'm saying? He walked out of the, turns on his heels and walked. I have one thing. So anyway, Jamie, he came back to the party out of respect for Clive Davis. So they ended up performing together that night of the Clive Davis party, the night before the Grammys. But after the performance, Jamie was seen hugging Snoop and Ludacris, but noticeably, Jamie was snubbed by Kanye because he couldn't catch him, because Kanye stormed off the stage and then left the party again. Get out. You know what, Kanye?
How you doing?
Maybe. He turned, clicked, and pranced. They say Beyonce, this is my friend Myra Panache gave me this gossip. Beyonce is terrified that naked pictures of her are going to show up on the internet because her clothes apparently fell off during the production of the video Crazy in Love. Wow. And she's living in constant fear that the footage is going to be made available online. Here's her quote: "I'll die if any of those shots get out." How do your clothes just fall off?
Ask Janet.
Yeah, but that wasn't a fall off. You know, when I think of clothes falling off, I think of, drop. I mean, Janet wasn't a fall off. I mean, if what Beyonce means is that, her top might have popped down. I mean, yeah, I understand being modest and stuff like that, but when I think of fall off, I think, naked, like nothing, not even a bush to hide behind, like nothing, naked. So the reason that I'm asking about the Olympics is because I'm not watching, I don't care, and I just wanted to know, and I saw the ratings. Everything is killing the Olympics. Grey's Anatomy, American Idol, anything that the Olympics goes up against, the Olympics comes in at the very least second place. So my people poll question for today is, are you watching the Winter Olympics? Yes or no? And you can go to my website, thewendywilliamsexperience.com. Hold that thought for a moment. Let me just tell you the results to yesterday's people poll question. Have you ever been involved in an office romance that resulted in marriage? 10% of you all said yes. 90% said no. That sounds about right, too. Yeah, that sounds about right. Back to the Winter Olympics. So the coach of the Olympic figure skating team, he's a top coach. He's a former medal winner back in the day himself. He's a former medal winner, and he also has a top pupil whose name I can't pronounce, who won the gold medal in the figure skating apparently yesterday. This coach. So this coach knows skating. His name is Axel Mission. And he says that, there are a string of young male prospects ready to do the damn thing in figure skating. The men are. But the women, he says, in his country are fit only to work on the railways. Here's his quote: "Russian women are not very good at figure skating. They're good for pulling rail tracks in Siberia, for example," he says. "They're just too strong and too big." Damn. He cut right to the chase, didn't he? Mobb Deep's new CD is scheduled for release next month. I can't wait to hear what the G Unit and Mobb Deep have put together. They're using the dun-dun, 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 dun-dun Knight Rider theme. Fahim, and Dr. Dre, too. The project is called Blood Money. Blood Money. I can't wait to hear that next month. Hey, Mobb Deep. Porsches. That's what they received as gifts from G-Unit. Porsches. How about that woman who stabbed the other woman over the cat? Did you guys see that on the news last night? Well, apparently the officers ended up shooting and killing a 65-year-old woman who stabbed her neighbor at least 8 times in a dispute over the neighbor's cat. The cat's name is Dickie. Now, let me just say, it is unclear what his diagnosis is now, Dickie, but he was treated at an animal hospital. Apparently, Dickie is the one who sparked the argument, they say, because Dickie defecates in the hallway.
Ow.
And I don't know whether this is an ongoing problem or whether this is a one-time thing, and then the 65-year-old neighbor just snapped. But at 8:15 in the morning, the cops responded to an assault in progress. When the cops arrived, the handyman said that he saw Susan and Susan Linbo, that's her name, that he saw Susan Linbo grabbing the neighbor Linda Padula by her hair and repeatedly stabbing her in the head, neck, and shoulders with a kitchen knife. Wow. The officers found Linda Padula, who's 59, bleeding profusely, pleading for help in the doorway of her apartment. One of the officers went to her aid. The other one was, I guess on the radio calling for ambulance and stuff. As they're helping this woman, the cat owner, with her profuse bleeding, one of the cops turned around and saw the 65-year-old woman, Stephanie. She flung the door open, this Stephanie did, of her apartment right across the hall, and she brandished a knife, not down by her side with one hand like I'll cut you West Side Story style, but over her head with 2 hands on the knife, like, wham, 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 wham. Wow. So the cops turn to 65-year-old Susan and say, police, drop the knife! Drop the knife! But old crazy Stephanie continued to move towards the cop, knife still raised in the air, both hands on the knife, style. So the cops, they fired once, they fired twice. One of the shots hit her in the chest and she was pronounced dead at Staten Island University Hospital. In the meantime, the cat owner, 59-year-old Linda Padula, is or was listed in serious condition with 8 stab wounds. And family members have told the investigators that Stephanie, the 65-year-old, has been under psychiatric care. They didn't give any specifics on her illness, but let's go back to the people poll question about, what did I say?
The Olympics?
No. Go home. Go to sleep. About the people poll question back, a few weeks ago. Would you stay with somebody who
with that killer vibe?
With the killer vibe, basically. Because this is the kind of stuff that could happen.
Medicine runs out.
They lie to you and say they're not taking their medicine. I don't know. This is just a very unfortunate situation. Very unfortunate. So are you ready to hear who the possibilities are that they're replacing Star Jones with? It's probably best that I didn't tell this story on the national show anyway, being that we started it here on the local. I kind of like to follow through with, there's certain things I like to talk to you guys about. If I realize that I started it here one day, then I like to finish it whenever I get another tidbit to a story. I was talking to you about Star Jones, and I was saying it was one of the national magazines published reports last week that Star was, her head was on the chopping block. She might be fired from The View. the producers and her co-stars and everybody tired of Star and her antics. The Globe magazine, one of my favorite tabs, is followed up with that with, a little bit more. The feelings are that Barbara and the producers feel that Star is not good for TV any longer. They say Star has always been good at stirring the pot on the show, but over time, especially since she got married, she just seems to become more shrill and self-serving on the air, and she's nasty and very argumentative. Barbara recently issued an ultimatum ordering Star to watch her tongue and mend fences with Joy Behar and give the other women on the show a chance to voice their point of view. They say that, Star's no dummy. Star will do what Barbara wants. It might be tough, but she's going to do it. She's not going to lose her job. Although the same they are saying that Star has been talking about going back into law practice and even possibly getting her own talk show. The same source says that Star has been saying, allegedly, this is according to the Globe magazine, that The View is killing her creative juices. So now we talked about who would replace Star, and we pretty much said, we love her or hate her. She makes the show interesting. When Star's not there, we don't want to be there. Is it Star or is it a feisty voice? Because at the time I said, well, what about Vanessa Williams? But Vanessa's busy with South Beach, which I'm going to get to that in a moment. Susie John, I got your facts. Vanessa's with South Beach. I know that Vanessa would be revealing, and if you put Vanessa on that show, I wouldn't even think twice about missing Star. Some of you all mentioned some people more syrupy, and I can't think of who, but nobody compared to Vanessa until I opened up the Globe magazine and I see Rolanda Watts. Perfect. Ro has lived. Ro is fairly forthright. Ro would make me say, Star what? Star, I love you on the show and whatnot, but Rolanda Watts, I don't know enough about Deborah Roberts. Like that is one big cricket. I mean, you want somebody interesting on the show. Deborah Roberts, with all due respect, is she really going to talk? Is she really a talker? Because we love Star because she's a talker, and she does express herself. And she flares her nostrils, and she gets a bit of, you hear it? Even now, she's lost the weight. And she does be damned what the world thinks. She's going to talk about, Al and, You know what I mean? Like, I love what she contributes to that show, and not for nothing, when Star's not there, I don't care about watching. I'm not sold on Deborah Roberts. They say that the producers are looking for someone who will blend with the other co-stars. They want someone who will jump into conversation with their point of view, but not be so combative as Star has become over the years. So now the sources believe that Star could get the boot as early as spring. Executives have already privately contacted other possible co-hosts, like Rolanda Watts and Deborah Roberts. Star just seems to have worn out her welcome, and I think that the show's producers feel an infusion of another point of view on the show might be refreshing. With all due respect to Deborah Roberts, we need Rolanda. Rolanda, you look really good in the Globe magazine. You've always been a really cute woman. Youthful, yet mature, highly educated, yet know how to, do the hucklebuck. And she's dating. She dates young. She dates older. Rolanda, you look like Tisha Campbell in this particular picture in the Globe magazine. Anyway, good luck, Ro. I've always liked her. Always. Star, it's not too late to change your wicked ways. Star will do it. Star will change her wicked ways. Star's not going anywhere. She's no fool. I mean, yeah, she can go into private practice and, that's great, but she's not used to that kind of stress. I mean, I know it might be stressful while she's there on the show dealing with all the personalities and stuff, but that show is a cakewalk compared to being in private practice. That show is a cakewalk. And you love the glamour. You love the glamour, Star, and so does Miss Al. Private practice is one big bore compared to your life for the past 9 years. Star, don't let him kill you off. We only watched that show for you. Really, Star. Starlet, don't let him kill you off. I know you'll do the right thing. And, there's just too much going on in her life right now. We're still questioning the whole wedding ring thing. The alleged argument with Al over the how you doing thing. And, I mean, between the man and the career, there's just too much going on. One thing has got to be more solid. You can work on Al slowly but surely. In the meantime, straighten up, Star. Fly right. That show will survive without you if they pull in somebody like Rolanda. I hadn't even thought about her. That show will survive, and it will be an infusion of brand new energy. Brand new. But we don't want to lose you, Star, so, fly right. You guys can weigh in if you'd like to. If not, the phone lines are open for whatever. I got flowers from Terrence Howard earlier today, and he's, of course, nominated for an Oscar. All right, so we're going to take a break. Gosh, this time goes by so fast. We'll be back with the remainder of the bonus hour next. Wendy Williams Experience is on until 7, 107.5 WBLS.
What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Twister, repping in the house the day after October 4th, you dig? The Mobs was top of 06, and I'm right here letting you know that you listening to the bonus hour right here on 107.5 WBLS.
Thank you, Twister. All right. Shout out to Stella Newsom. Stella, please. You're giving me angina. Oh, my gosh, Stella, please. Ugh, and I shared it with a person who feels like me and you, Trev Hollywood. And he's like, oh, my gosh. And I'm not going to talk about what we talked about, Stella, but oh, my gosh. Oh, by the way, getting back to the conversation that we were having in the studio, she might not live there anymore, Jenna Jameson, because she and her husband, Jay, have filed for divorce. So she might have moved out of that particular house. What? Yeah. Yeah, she might have. I don't know. In the meantime, I was reading that Jenny McCarthy and Jenna Jameson had a serious, professional session in a bathroom stall in Vegas. If it wasn't Vegas, then it was a nightclub. I thought they said Vegas. And it was Jenny who serviced Jenna. And then they subsequently ended up meeting up at a whole nother time, a whole nother place, and the same thing happened, like, raunch in a stall. How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
Dear Wendy, I married my job fling. This is talking about the people poll question for the weekend. From yesterday. Have you ever been involved in an office romance that resulted in marriage? 10% of you all said yes. Dear Wendy, I married my job fling. It's been 8 years of marriage, and we have triplets. I still love him with all my heart. We've been together for 18 years. The problem is we can never make time for each other. Our triplets are now 5 years old. We both work full time. Can you please give advice on how we can make time for each other? It's hard to find a babysitter that is willing to keep all three of them. I know. You got to double up on the babysitters. You got to have 2 babysitters for a 5-year-old, for 3 5-year-olds. Forget that. Yeah, you got to have 2 babysitters. And if you're both working, then somewhere in the budget, somewhere between those Manolos and his new golf clubs, there's a little money. Maybe you can go to Rockports, and maybe he can go to the driving range and borrow it's there for a moment, so you can get 2 babysitters to find a little romantical time. Yvonne? Okay, I have a me. Oh, hell no. But before I read that, let me take care of some station business. You all are funny. You just cracked me up. The Frightening to Fabulous Living Room Makeover by Stephanie Cohen and the great people over Benjamin Rugg and Home Imports. Okay, today is our second week, and we have our winner for our second week. Danielle Stolik of BK. Picture number 70. Let me see picture number 73 on our website, WBLS.com. Danielle won with 49% of the vote. Picture number 73. You can log on to WBLS.com and find out how to take part in this. Danielle, we're sending an iRoomba Schindler vacuum, and she qualifies for the grand prize now, which is a $50,000 living room makeover. The top 5 weekly winners. So far 2 weeks, we got 2 weekly winners. We got 3 more weeks of this, and then the top 5 of them will fight it out. We'll all vote on the website which one we like the best, and that one person's going to get the living room. Picture number 73. Let me take a look. Wait, my headphones. Damn.
It's loading. It didn't come up.
Oh, it didn't come up yet? Okay. Just let me know when it's up. I got to get to this I got to get to this next thing. The telephone number for Puerto Rico. You ready? Come on, reserve. 888-212-4534. We're going to have a fabulous time in Puerto Rico. Boy, I'll tell you, pack your bags. Oh, and caller number 11 on the telephone right now is going to pick up passes for Casino. It's a comedy stage play featuring Gerald Levert and Kelly Price and D.C. Kerry at the Beacon Theater. February 21st through February 26th it's playing, but your tickets are going to be for February 22nd. So caller number 10 wins those passes right now. Let me say. Number 73. Good. That's what I voted for. She's not a slob. She just has a sparse room. You know, people think that a trifling living room is, that's worthy of a makeover is having all kind of crap laying around. No, you're not worthy of new furniture. You don't even know how to take care of what you have. Yeah, it just shows that you're messy and that there are going to be all kind of cut marks and stuffing from the pillows all over the place when Stephanie puts in over $50,000 worth of stuff. No, you can't have new furniture. Congratulations, Danielle. I love your bay window. Stephanie will be able to do a lot with that. L to the gnaw. Dear Wendy, I need some advice. My live-in boyfriend, who I am 6 months pregnant by, was invited to his very good friend's wedding in Tahiti. Now, Wendy, money is tight. We're both pursuing our master's degrees. I'm 26 and he's 34. And we're also both preparing for the baby, and we don't have money to go to Tahiti. He, however, feels obligated to go because they've been friends since they were 13. Financially, it is not feasible that both of us go. He says it doesn't make sense for us to stretch ourselves monetarily so that I can go too, because I hardly even know the friend anyway. So he's planning on going without me. Now, Wendy, my first feeling is one of resentment and hurt. We're supposed to be trying to get married after we finish school, and with our impending new baby, we're becoming a family. In all other respects, he has been the perfect family man, but something about this just doesn't seem right. I feel like when you have a family, it's all or nothing. Either we both go or no one goes. It's Tahiti, for God's sakes. How can he go without me? I'm ready to raise hell about this ish, Wendy, and really put a stop to this trip. I need you all on the telephones. Okay, do we already have a winner for this ticket? Okay, so don't call about the tickets. I need to hear what you all have to say about this. I have an opinion, of course, also. Wendy, and I really want to put a stop to this trip, but I want to make sure I'm right, and it's not just jealousy and insecurity clouding my thinking. Is it okay for him to take the trip without me? What do you think? He's not even in the damn wedding. He's just a guest. We've been together for 2 years. I thought he was going to be in the wedding. The only reason why I feel as though it's not right for him to go to this wedding is money. It has nothing to do with traveling without you. Because if the money was right and say you couldn't go, I would still let him go. You either trust or you don't trust. You know what I mean? Like, you either trust or you don't trust. And it takes some time to feel that way. It comes with age, but it also comes, I guess, with knowing a person really well and time spent in the relationship and everything like that. I think if he was one of the groomsmen, I would say, yes, let him go to the wedding. I would. But being that he's just a guest at the wedding, no, he shouldn't go. He's got education to pay for, the baby to think about, you all's wedding, and money is tight. Even he agrees that it's not feasible for both of you to go. Are you sure the bachelor party's not like the night before or something like that and you're getting all crazy? Because whatever he's going to do at that bachelor party, he could do if his friend was getting married in Atlantic City or right next door. Cheating is cheating, whether it's across the world or whether it's right here in the United States. So, put that on the kibosh. I would tell him that he can't, or I would agree with him because I, make him think it's his decision. Men like that. Mold their minds, make them think it's, their thing. We women are really good at that. No, please, no. Can I just take a couple of phone calls on that?
Really?
Oh, she can't. Just come on. Just take them arbitrarily.
Come on, let's go.
Should he be able to go?
Well, I wanted to ask. I need advice.
Okay, wait, no, I can't. I'm on my way out. Okay, bye. Call back on Monday. Hello, hi, it's Wendy. Should he be able to go?
Yes, he should go.
He should go.
He should not go.
Okay. Follow the conversation. Thank you. Hello, hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Hey, should he go to this wedding?
Yeah, I think she should go. Yes, he should go.
Okay. Even though money is tight and he's just a guest?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's his friend's wedding.
Okay. But if they were that close,
I mean, it also depends on how long they've been friends. If they've been friends for at least 3 or 4 years, I think, he should go.
Yeah, they've been friends since they were both 13 and now he's 34.
Yeah, I don't see the problem. I mean, if she has a problem with it, maybe there's some insecurities, on her behalf.
Yeah, the only thing I'm focusing on is the money. Because I'm thinking...
Well, if money's an issue for them, maybe, somebody should get a second job or something.
All right, we need more time with this one. Can I save this for Monday and we can talk about it some more? Yeah. Are you all going to be here for more? There's going to be one person in the audience Monday. Everybody's got off for President's Day. We had that option, but you know me. I'm a taskmaster. I'm working the whole crew. And now that the weekend is upon us, I'm damning myself like, why didn't I take off? Oh, my gosh. Is it too late to put in? I guess so. Damn. All right, everybody. For those of you who will be here Monday, I'll speak to you then. I'm going to save that fax. We can review it. I'm interested in hearing what you would say. I'll reread it again just in case you didn't understand part of it. And then we gossip and we do advice. And Vaughn's up next with The Quiet Storm on 107.5 WBLS. I love you for listening. Bye-bye.
Yes, I am up next.
The Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.
Aw, man!
And WBLS music starts next.
Hey, this is Vaughn Harper. Spend your weeknights with me from 7 to midnight on The Quiet Storm. The only place you get that musical massage you need after a long, hard day.
There's a quiet storm, and it never felt like this before. I'm going down. I'm going down. Let's get closer.
I'm here for you from 7 to midnight on The Quiet Storm. 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B and classic soul.